Yes.
Is that nobody wants to talk to you right now?
I was in the Nurse Aviator Discord.
Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to 3Y TV. And tonight, it's round number 2 of the OSCA Weekend Woodsman Series. And tonight, we're right back here at Daytona, but this time we'll be turning right as well as left, as we are at the Daytona International Speedway Road Course. And of course, alongside with me is Matt Bayuk and of course Carlos Acosta behind the scenes running the screens here. I didn't even see the race name. It is the Dream of Daytona. I Dream of Daytona Beach 145.
Get it? Because we're close to Cocoa Beach?
Oh. No, I don't get that.
You don't get
I don't know beaches.
It's
you
an
have to
idea
act like you.
Do you guys get it?
Matthew, do you get it?
I don't get it.
Vic?
I'm sorry.
I don't get it.
I really hate to lay home, man.
It's a reference to I Dream of Jeannie.
Oh my gosh, I haven't seen that in a bajillion years. But hey, I like it. I like it, Carlos. You can be, and that's fine. There is going to be a lot of maybe either disappointed drivers tonight, Matthew, or maybe even some excited drivers here heading to the road course. And as we're just winding down practice right now, there's one fast car right now on the speed charts, that 55 of Rhett Nichols. Looking pretty good on the speed charts. Currently sitting, I thought he was in third. I thought he was.
He was
reset there.
Qualifying,
Oh, we're in qualifying now. Oh,
yeah.
See, that's why.
Wow, he got up to second by the end of practice, actually.
Oh, so he was second. So yeah, he's got a fast hot rod. So he's a guy to keep an eye out here. But again, we're still here at Daytona, Matthew. But now it's a whole different ball game here tonight.
Yeah, road course, and not just the one, not the NASCAR one where they have that chicane before we get to the tribal. There is no chicane. So on their own, they're getting up to a little over 200 miles per hour before they start breaking down into turn 1. But when they get into the draft tonight, and they're going to be drafting, we're going to see speeds upwards of 210 miles per hour. Guys having to get that thing woed up and down into turn 1. And of course, talking to all the drivers before the race, that was the #1 thing that was repeated. Right ahead of keeping it clean and racing the track, turn 1. And I even compiled a list of words used to describe turn 1. These were all the words drivers used to describe turn 1. Bad, chaos, problem, bad again, tricky, troublesome, overdriving, and bad a third time. Turn 1 it's usually the action spot here, but even more so with how fast these things can go.
Yeah, you know, usually this is kind of the IMSA. I guess you take a 24-hour Daytona layout, I do believe.
Yes.
And with these heavier stock cars with not a lot smaller of brakes, it's going to be pretty hard to get these cars woed up in time. And talking to Do Good Motorsports drivers before the race, that was, you know, kind of the same things you just went over there. That turn one is going to be the big issue without that chicane. It's, you know, it's kind of a catch-22 where a lot of the guys like that they don't have that chicane because it is tricky to get through. But then again, it did serve its purpose, especially when NASCAR raced on the Daytona road course, is that it did woe up these cars just a little bit going into turn number one.
Yeah, and it's just an overall theme with this track is lack of grip. David Carpenter said before the race that compared to lots of other road courses we go to, this track doesn't have a whole lot of grip. And putting the power down, particularly out of those tight infield corners, is going to be a huge problem. The horseshoes and coming back up onto the oval out of that real tight left-hander, everybody knows what I'm talking about. Trying to hit the gas on that, it just wants to spin out on you. As looks like so far it's Parker Collins on pole. Cameron Rich led practice. He's actually yet to put a lap down.
There you see the Broadcasters Championship standings as
no,
now.
That's just on your end. That's just on your end. Sorry, that's just on your end.
Oh, I'm just seeing it. I'm seeing it. You can't see it. I see the voices are in my head. The visions are in my head. But
you know what? We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Here it is. Here it is. I have to adjust it.
Oh, all right.
I wasn't kidding. I wasn't kidding. There it is.
Cameron Rich is not going to put down a lap.
Wow, and that's interesting. He was quite a bit faster in practice. And one thing watching his in-car too, and we've seen this from him on the Roval last season, and just his almost chaotic driving style. Usually the faster guys we see on road courses are the slowest, smoothest, fast kind of deal. But he gets it done, and he can make it last a long time too, which I think is the other thing that's pretty impressive.
You want to know why he didn't put a lap down? He actually fell victim to turn one, got in there too hot and went straight. Cameron Rich is one of the best road course racers this league has and probably ever is going to see. Even him, everybody's going to be making mistakes tonight. We've seen it before. I think like top 3 at Long Beach, all locked up going into turn one last season. In the same.
Let's do some race picks. How about that?
Yeah, we'll do some race picks here quick. And Carlos, you're up first.
All right. Well, I had a pick, and then I saw qualifying. But you know, you got to go with your gut, and your gut's telling you to do the right thing, and the right thing is to pick Cameron Rich.
Ooh, I like that pick.
It is the right thing.
That is the right thing. I'm gonna go with the 55 of Rhett Nichols.
Matt,
it's me now. I'm gonna go. Let's pick the next guy on the time charts, Nick Delicato.
Alrighty. Dallas, who you got for the race, bud?
For the first half, I'll take.
For the first half.
Okay,
mind you, can't pick David Westergreen.
No, I won't. I go with one of the rookies. I go with Parker Collins.
Hey,
the king of Daytona.
All right,
yep,
and I'll move you back down, and then I'll make my pick here. Oops, that's the wrong person. Gosh, moving people around is hard. I think I'm gonna shock people here, but I am gonna go with the 54 of Kyle Carlson.
All right.
You know what?
Yeah.
That he won a pole in Montreal a couple seasons ago. That's not a bad pick at all.
All right.
Yeah,
you guys get to the grid.
That could be a good points pick, and we'll get to the grid here. And again, starting on the pole is Mr. Daytona, number 87 of Parker Collins in the RK Motorsports Chevy, and he's from Peoria, Illinois. And alongside him, another rookie in the series here, and that's going to be the number 54 of Rhett Nichols in the holotype by Team Watson Racing Chevrolet, and he is from. I gotta scroll over here. He's from Washington. Oh, he's just from Washington D.C. I think it got me last week.
Starting in the third position is the number 4 Shift Esports Ford Mustang from Syracuse, New York. It's Nick Delicato, the defending series champion. To his outside in the number 25 Shift Esports Ford Mustang, his teammate from Peabody, Massachusetts. It is the Rocket Man, Seth Rawls.
And in the next row here, we have in the number 43, it's going to be James Watson in the holotype by Team Watson Racing Chevrolet, and he's out of Fairfield, California. And alongside him, Mr. Nintendo himself, and it's going to be Justin Kolb in the RK Motorsports Chevrolet, and he's from Santee, California.
Starting in the 7th position, it is the number 91 South Shore Racing Chevrolet from South St. Paul, Minnesota. Last week's pole sitter, Cooper Johnson. And Coop's outside is Dallas Myhan, returning from his brief retirement, making a start filling in for Nathaniel Cherry in the number 26 Shift Esports Ford Mustang from Struthers, Ohio.
And starting on the inside of the next row in the number 97 Outlaw Racing Chevrolet from Virginia Beach, Virginia, he's making his return is DJ Weeks. And alongside him, it's the number 73 Nurse Aviator Racing Toyota, and he is from Blackwaters, Queensland, Australia. It's the Landshark, Kynan Jones.
Starting in the 11th position in the number 00 Weekend Woodsman Racing Chevrolet from Canada, one of our league sophomores, it's Caden Tuss, who recently turned 15 after the conclusion of last week's season opener.
Oh, he's an old man now.
He is an old man, or something like that.
Oh, well,
Anyways.
sorry, no, not that type of party, my bad. That type of party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Starting 12th to his outside, driving the number 54 Nurse Aviator Racing Toyota from White Lakes, Minnesota, it's Kyle Carlson filling in for Rashid Coles.
All right, inside row number 7, filling in for Mr. McLean. It's going to be in the number 5 Weekends Woodsman Racing Chevrolet. It's going to be Zachary Rogers out of Louisville, Kentucky. And alongside him, it's Mr. OSCA himself, Mr. 3-time. It's going to be Johnny Eckert in the number 9 South Shore Racing Chevrolet, and he's
Special
from Long
paint scheme.
Island, New York. Oh, and he does have a special. Ooh, that's fancy.
Starting in the 15th position, had a pretty good week last week in the number 2 DGG Racing Chevrolet from Owensboro, Kentucky. It is Jeff Green. To his outside in the number 98 Holotype by Team Watson Racing Chevrolet from Phoenix, Arizona, rookie Victor Aldrich.
And on the inside of row number 9 in the number 20 S2 Racing Team Ford from Coxsackie, New York, it's Sam Dreas. And alongside him in the number 32 Do Good Motorsports Chevrolet, he's from Medford, Wisconsin, it's Dustin Dragon Dewar.
Starting 19th, taking us back to row 10 now, is David Westergreen in the number 95 South Shore Racing Chevrolet from Schaumburg, Illinois. To his outside, another league rookie in the number 83 Holotype by Team Watson Racing Chevrolet from Denver, Colorado. It is Dylan Drayling.
All right, on the inside of row number 11, I think we have a little treat potentially for this guy on in-car, or maybe even on his Twitch stream. Go check that out at I believe that's Nurse Aviator.
Really on Saturday, that's what you're talking about.
Oh, it's Saturday. Oh, it's Saturday. I thought it was tonight. Oh, interesting. Oh, Saturday. So we'll talk more about that in a little bit. But they'll be in the number 13 Nurse Aviator Racing Toyota from Spartansburg, South Carolina. It's Adam Peeler. And starting alongside him, not getting a time in, but he's going to be fast. Look for him to go in to the front. It's the number 6 RK Motorsports Chevrolet. He's from Yorktown, Virginia. It's Cameron Rich.
Row number 12, starting 23rd in the number 10 Shift Esports Ford Mustang from Asheville, North Carolina, Ty McIntosh. To his outside in the number 71 Do Good Motorsports Chevrolet from Lawrence Harbor, New Jersey. One of the guys that's actually known for being pretty good at road courses in this league. It's David Carpenter.
And starting in the 13th row on the inside, he is from the dirty side of South Bend in his number 96 South Shore Racing Chevrolet. It's Adam, why are you the way that you are, Tepe? And alongside him in the number 35 Weekends Woodman Racing Chevrolet, he's from Paniat, Ohio. It's Tom, OSCA Daddy Conrad.
I'm Tom.
OSCA Daddy. He did say Tom.
Or Tim, I did say Tom. Daddy gets called what he wants to be called.
Actually, Tom's not here tonight. Starting in 27th, number 99 S2 Racing Team Mustang From Massachusetts, it is Gilberto Javier Gomera. Tis outside is the number 89 Nurse Aviator Racing Toyota from Dorr, Michigan, piloted by Brent Jones.
Oh, what a face.
And rounding out the field here in the number 39 Do Good Motorsports Chevrolet from Thomasville, North Carolina, it's going to be Jordan Tarble. And alongside him on the outside in the number 14 Weekend Woodsman Racing Chevrolet from Cheyenne, Wyoming, it's Alex Kenton.
You know, didn't talk about it a whole lot, but because we got right into the starting lineup, but Parker Collins,
Yeah,
sweeping our
pole.
season opener.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Sweeping our season opener, and he got pole today. He's the second winner of the SR Design Pole Award of the season. He's so far since that first half, he hasn't lost.
Yeah, and we got him up here in the booth. Parker, you're up here in the 3Y TV booth, and is your new nickname going to be Mr. Daytona now?
I mean, I guess. I don't know. This track seems to like me for whatever reason right now.
Yeah, it's liking you for sure. And now that you know, we're going right as well as left, what are kind of your goals here tonight?
Just be consistent, be smooth. You can really light up the rears pretty easily, especially in the infield here. So just being smooth and consistent and just keeping the tires underneath you, I think, is really going to be the goal. Try and hold off these guys behind me, but you know, I definitely didn't expect to be this far up here, but I'm not going to complain at all. I'm just going to try and run my own race, just go at a comfortable pace, and hopefully it's enough to keep it up front here.
Yeah, hopefully maybe we'll see it back here in victory lane, keep that streak going, or at least a good solid points night. We'll be pulling for you up here in the booth, Phil. So best of luck to you, Parker, and go get him.
Yep, thanks guys.
You bet. Get him back down in his team chat. There we go. As I think we're about to get underway here for the I Dream of Daytona Beach. Was it 140? Did I get that correct?
I think 145.
Then we look at the 145, and it's gonna be 20 laps per half. Top 5 will be inverting here tonight. So there you see the standings so far, ever so early on in the season. But we see Parker Collins having a 15-point lead over our defending champion, Nick Indelicato. And right on his heels is the 2000 Busch Series champion, Jeff Green. It's kind of a shame to see Nathaniel Cherry up there 4th in the points and not in the lineup tonight. But it's kind of neat to see Myhand coming out of his full-time retirement and getting back in the cockpit as well.
Yeah, and he likes the road courses. He's not good at all of them, he tells me, but he likes this one in particular. But be good to see him on track. He's still involved with the league and such.
So yeah, might as well race it here tonight. But just a couple more corners and we'll unleash the beasts here and go racing. And Parker Collins will lead Rhett Nichols and the rest of the field here tonight to the green flag. And we'll see, again, keep an eye on Cameron Rich, who's going to be starting here in the 22nd position. We've seen him do this at the Roval last season, and I believe I don't think he swept that night, but I believe he did get a win in the second half. That's just going off memory, and that's nothing to be trusted. But we'll see what happens here tonight as the pace trucks going to get ready to dive down pit road.
Everybody hold your breath.
Yeah, turn 1's going to be a doozy, and the pace truck's off. Waiting for the 3Y TV restart zone, and we are underway here at Daytona. And watch them turn, well, they'll start turning left here. Going in turn 1, see how smooth if everyone gets through it.
We'll see a couple guys getting out of shape, but overall, everybody being real careful. Cameron Rich took it 3 wide around the outside of turn 1. He didn't really go very far with it, but he's certainly trying.
And our boy, the Mr. Daytona, Parker Collins, getting a pretty good lead right now, almost leading by a second early on in the going, just after the first couple corners over Rhett Nichols. And man, if he's trying to be smooth here tonight, he's so far so good, but still a long way to go.
and I'm glad you guys are watching the lead right now because I stayed pinned on Cameron Rich. It's like watching an LMP2 going around the GT cars.
Well, he's already up six spots.
He's picking them up and putting them down. He just got past Sam Drace. He's got Jeff Green right in front of him. He's gonna get a good exit here. Look how he does such a good job putting the power down. He's got the lane under Jeff.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And if you ever get on his inboard and watch his steering wheel, and just how out of control it looks like he is, but he ends up just being so fast. And just watch his hands here as he goes.
Oh, we got a spinner! Cooper Johnson spinning into the chicane, into traffic! Oh, DJ Weeks gonna nail him. It is calamity as everybody tries to miss him. Cameron Rich is gonna spin. Everybody's piling into him.
Andreas Green's involved. And the caution is gonna be thrown here as the track is blocked and Green's still spinning. Sam's still trying to get it. Andreas is still trying to get it underway. Cooper Johnson and too much rear brake.
Oh,
or did he get hit?
Oh, he got nailed.
Am I assuming?
He got sent, and it's so unfortunate. He just happened to stop right into the racing line, but you see Kolb is behind him, and
he blinked.
Yeah, actually.
So yeah, that's what they're talking in the driver's chat. He didn't. He kind of threw him off, and Cameron Rich just barely making contact. I believe who's that multicolored car there? That is that Watson?
It looks like it was Victor Aldrich kind of got in there a little bit hot, tagged Sam Drace. I mean, that's just I mean, you can't really it's hard to blame anybody for trying to get in. There's a car right in the racing lane in the heavy braking zone. You know, you're kind of committed to where you're going.
Yeah, it looks like what happened, and oh man, nowhere to go for DJ Weeks, and who's sliding through the grass there, getting ready for Bristol Dirt next week.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's Caden Tufts, I believe. Good job by Cameron Rich. I think he avoided most of the damage, but Dreas nowhere to go. He just had to lock it up, and he slid in there.
You know, Cameron Rich actually wasn't going to hit anything
until
yeah, right
Cooper
there.
Came back. Yep.
Oh man, that is tragic. I mean, it's still not that bad damage for Cameron Rich, but it wasn't going to happen.
So all that work, I mean, he was up quite a bit. I mean, after a couple corners, Cameron Rich was up 6 spots, but now he's gonna, be back in the pack, probably come down pit road, and yeah, this field, especially from probably about 7th on back, I think right around where that accident happened, the field has jumbled up quite a bit, as I believe they're still trying to get caught up to the
no, I was
not live.
No,
you weren't live. You were not live. Now we're live, and everyone's caught up to the pace car.
And despite some damage, there's no reason to think Cameron Rich isn't going to do that again. His tires are going to be in decent shape.
Yeah, I think. I think he'll still be good to go, even with the damage. Even if he did, if he did pit for the damage, it didn't look like it was that bad. It would affect him maybe down the straightaways here without that chicane. As you were saying, the draft probably almost improve him another 10 miles an hour about going down that front stretch. So we'll see probably a lot of these guys come down. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Alex Kenton missed the start by a significant margin.
He did not miss the start.
What happened
out there?
He was out there for the start. He got a black flag.
Yeah, because as soon as
for pitting on the first lap under caution, under the pacing, he pitted and they gave him a black flag.
Why did he pit?
Yeah, he pit for the fuel, but it gave him a black flag because he pitted before the race started.
Okay.
Oh,
you know what? You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, iRacing thinks now with the new rules because of the Daytona 24, it thinks you're shortcutting. So.
And was that Evil Sonic, by the way?
No, that was
That's
said
demonic Sonic.
I'm gonna listen to him.
Yeah, I'm not screwing around with that Sonic.
Not taking my chances with him. We got a lot of cars coming down pit road. Some definitely to fix damage, but pretty much half the field almost.
Yeah, trying to get their fuel. What's the do we get a fuel run or how much fuel these guys have?
Like 1 stop, but I don't know how generous you can go.
Oh well, I mean, if they're pitting this early, I think they're gonna have to do 2. But
okay,
so we'll have to pit again.
I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
Although someone like Johnny Acker, he probably didn't even need a pit. We've seen him pull a rabbit out of his what.
But
Hat. Yeah.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
the one.
His hat butt.
Yeah. Okay.
The butt of the hat.
Yeah. It's a term, Matthew. I think.
Yeah. Apparently,
Yep.
that's
We're gonna
common
go with
knowledge. I wasn't aware.
it. Yep. Everyone knows this.
Oh, we
except
got
for
P
you.
and we in pit road.
Oh,
We
Pee
got-
Wee. Pee Wee on pit road, still getting some of that damage fixed. You see no bumper cover for Cooper Johnson when he was on pit road earlier. Again, a lot of these guys getting those cars ready for Bristol next week, looking like a modifier or a late model out there.
I can't believe I'm gonna miss that broadcast. It's gonna be a
Oh
fun
man.
one.
And there's supposed to be something there. And it's not for Cooper Johnson. As Cameron Rich rejoins the field, and his car looks relatively decent. And the nice thing with these long pace laps, you see a lot of damage there for Dreas as well. One of the nice things with this long pace lap on this long road course is that a lot of time for these guys to get that damage fixed.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's I mean, as opposed to ovals, obviously, you know, it's like coming in, fixing damage, getting out in front of the pace car. Here, you could sit on pit road forever and get that thing fixed for sure.
Yeah, and hopefully some of these guys get that damage fixed and get some competitive runs in here. Again, I think enough cannot be said about Parker Collins and the run he's had here at Daytona so far. I bet you he's wishing he's probably contacting Vic, like, what are their formats? What are their racetracks? Can we run the
Motorcycle
modified
GP
oval?
circuit.
Yeah, GP circuit.
The battle at the beach.
I genuinely
Actually,
thought
I
about
don't.
it.
That one is not that one's not an iRacing, right?
No, but don't they have the rallycross one?
Oh
There's
yeah.
a rallycross. There is a moto circuit here. There's a lot of things. I did genuinely think about putting the moto course though. I'm not gonna lie.
Wait, don't
It's
they
just a
have the battle at
takeout-
the
it-
beach course?
Probably because it happened like twice and it was boring both times.
Yeah, but it gave us one of the greatest interviews of all time.
I don't know. I preferred Cameron Rich's interview last season where he described what OSCA's like, and it was the OSCA bio. It might even still be on Twitter for a while.
Oh man, I forgot what it was, but I know what you're talking about.
About a fighter jet in a gymnasium or something like that.
No, the OSCA bio is official Twitter account of Sim Racing League OSCA.
Oh,
It was for a while then.
Well,
step
why
your
is it so
game up,
hot?
make it fun.
We got more cars coming down pit road.
Pit road again,
Second
and we
time
are
around
getting
here.
the 1 degree. This might be the top off for fuel, and maybe see if they can stretch it. We see Johnny Eckert, Justin Kolb, Westergreen down pit road right now, trying to top it off, get ready to go back to green one more lap, and trying to see who are the big movers or shakers after that incident. Just kind of looking at the standings. Brett Jones starting all the way back in 28th. He's going to be up in the 13th position. Ty McIntosh right ahead of him, up 11 spots for his 23rd starting position. And Dustin Dewar, you see him cracking the top 10 now, starting back in 18th. He's currently sitting in the top 10. So some guys definitely jockeying for positions, taking advantage of the early carnage here at Daytona.
I should have put a camera next to that wall in pit road, where I've hit countless times in GTE cars, right there.
Oh, I've hit that a lot of times in a stock car too. Yeah.
Jeff Gordon has hit that in a Daytona prototype.
Ooh.
You know,
Let's see, DJ Weeks at least didn't hit it while the camera's on him. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
if we want to, we can grab our in-race reporter and have a word from him real quick before this restart.
Who's our in-race reporter?
We got James Watson this week.
All right, let's bring him up.
Where is he? In the world of
You're the one bringing it up.
Yeah. I thought you had him ready.
No, I just
Yeah,
thought
okay.
about it. I've got to move him to the infield care center first.
There
he
you
is,
go.
in the booth.
There he is. So James Watson, you're up here in the 3-Wide TV booth, and how's it going out there so far?
Oh, it's going good. A little stressful, a little terrifying. Just trying to keep this thing on the black stuff and not put it off into the green and put it off into the wall.
Yeah, and we've seen some carnage behind you, but luckily you were far enough ahead to avoid it. What's kind of your goal? Just kind of keep it smooth, keep it between the ditches, and just hope for a solid finish here tonight?
Yeah, I don't have the pace to really match the guys up ahead of me. I'm just hoping to bring home a top 10 and bring home a couple decent results, get back into the points hunt. You know, just keep getting good finishes. That's all I'm really after for this race and this season.
Yeah, and we'll hopefully you can keep it up here as we're just getting onto the backstretch chicane. So, well, again, best of luck to you. We'll get you back down with your teammates and let you go out there and get it.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, we'll bring you back up. We'll bring him back up if anything crazy happens.
Very
doesn't
happy
need to hear-
Nick is ready to move him for me.
I was prepared. Once you said you were struggling, I was prepared.
It's gonna be a weekly thing. It's gonna be a
I had
weekly
my
thing.
finger hovering over it the whole time.
Should probably just tell you who it is at the start of the race and let you move them.
Probably be a good idea.
Okay,
so Knuckle.
Vic knows the struggle is real. Moving people in Discord. It sounds easy, but it's difficult. So
Hey,
the
wait
pace
a
truck's
second.
about to dive down pit road.
Where's the other chicane?
It's not there, and
Whoa.
it's nice. The pace truck dives down. No chicane for these guys to get through. Getting into the restart zone. Green flag back out. Someone's down pit road. Johnny Eckert. Is that going to bring the same flag that we were just talking about, Kenton?
I think Eckert was too quick on it.
We had like 3 or 4 guys jump down pit road, one at the very last second.
Lead.
Oh, lead. We got Nick Indelicato battling for the lead. He's going to take the top spot. And our defending champion. Oh, Parker. Oh no, they made contact, and Red Nichols is going to take the lead.
Parker
Everyone
saves
keeps
it.
going. Oh, Parker's still out of control. Ew, did he save it yet? I think he's rolling now. I think he's smooth again, but he's going to drop all the way back into the 6th position. Dewar, who restarted the top 10, he's off the pace as well, and he's fallen all the way back into the 21st position. Oh, and we got cars off track.
Zachary Rogers and Caden Tufts
Trying
out
to
of the
back
way.
up. Everything out of the way. We'll stay green here. Zach Rogers without the front bumper on his number 5 Napa Racing Chevy.
Oh.
And now Indelicato trying to choose the outside, battling for the lead up front. Don't think he's going to be able to do it this time by, but he is knocking on the door of Rhett Nichols, trying to take that lead. And looking to
He's making a move on him. This is
in
risky.
the backstretch chicane.
I can't believe they're going to try this.
And that
Wow.
looks like they're going to make it.
Oh, they made it. They're still side by side.
Still side by side, still battling about even. Indelicato has got the inside line. He's got the cars behind him now for drafting.
Watson and Rawls were side by side. They got a much better run. They're going to be 2 by 2 here. It looks like a regular Daytona pack race.
Yeah, it's going to be nuts. And look at Parker Collins back up in the 5th position. Now he might be the catbird seat if while these guys go into turn 1, it's going to be a pack of cars going down, see if they can get woed up.
Looks like they do, and Delicato gets in a little hotter. Rhett Nichols is going to swap under him there. They almost touch. He almost got a good enough drive off to move it back under him, but Indelicato, it took a long time. Rhett Nichols made him work for it, but he's got the lead. It's not over yet.
It's nice to see them all get formed up, single file racing. And, Tarble off the track, spinning around. And while he's out there in the grass, staying out of the way as we stay under green here again. 15 laps to go. Nick Indelicato, our race leader at the moment.
Cameron Rich gained 11 spots in 1 lap.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he restarted
he's already
26th.
up to 15th. He's just getting around Tim Conrad. Not Tom. Tom's, again, not here.
Oh, Ty
tonight.
McIntosh is off.
Oh, Ty, he's dropping out.
He was in 8th at the time. It looks like he just went wide in that second horseshoe.
So,
And then
fun fact.
once you get in the grass, it's hairy. Yeah, go ahead.
Fun fact: Nick Indelicato has a he has a sponsor incentive, and that is if he wins a race, any race, either half 1 or half 2, all he has to do is just win once with the 3Y TV colors. He earns an additional $15 to his contract.
Ooh, wow, he's got some gracious sponsor. I wonder who that could be.
I like that sponsor.
Yeah.
They're a very good sponsor.
If you made that with me, I would never get $15. So fun fact for you.
It's okay.
And, ooh, it's okay. I was just talking to Brett Jones. He was talking on the radio. He's feeling pretty good. He's up 18 spots, currently sitting in the top 10. But he does have Cameron Rich right behind him. But a solid run so far here for Brett Jones.
I don't like the sight. Go ahead, yeah.
Oh, I was just saying maybe I picked him in the wrong Daytona race.
I'm sorry. Oh my God. You shouldn't have said anything. He almost went around there. I was going to say, from Cameron Rich passed both of those guys really by outbreaking them.
Cameron Rich decided to give me the biggest middle finger. I was highlighting his name while he just entered the top 10. And before I even finished the rectangle, he moved up. And I had to move up with him. So it just became like this weird set of lines.
It's lines upon lines upon lines.
Look now, Brett Nichols has reclaimed the lead.
And I wonder what happened there to Nick here.
Golly.
And man, they are running close. They're running hard. And you got to wonder, again, these guys, well, leaders should have to make a pit stop yet. And I think we talk about this every time. And I think that was kind of the vocal point, last season going into the Charlotte Roval was saving the tires and not burning them up. And we've seen a lot of these cars so far get squirrely trying to put that power down. And I think maybe even more so than last year, saving those tires tonight have to be important.
Yep. With how much you spin them and skid trying to save tires or trying to get the power down. Yeah. Cameron Rich, I believe, said it only takes a few laps and these things start to get evil getting down into the braking zones and trying to get off the corners. It gets pretty bad. And like Brett Nichols, when he made that pass and Delicato went wide, Brett Nichols drifted his way through the corner to pass him. He got him, and it doesn't look like these two are going to be done anytime soon. They can't really get away from each other.
Oh, Brett Nichols gets loose, getting out of the corner there, and this is what Indelicato, I'm sure he loves it. I think he always loves a good challenge. He loves a good battle. We've seen Indelicato with some of our best, Johnny Eckert battling on these road courses, and he has a new foe, a new guy to battle with here tonight in Brett Nichols, and I'm sure he's having a blast.
And don't count out Seth Rawls. I mean, Seth Rawls doesn't appear to be quite as fast as the top two, but he's no slouch. And with them battling, he's actually pulled right up to him, and he's brought James Watson with him. James Watson looking really good here. He said he wasn't sure, when we were talking to him a moment ago, he said he wasn't sure if he had the pace to keep up with these guys, but he has managed to stay right in the mix.
Yeah, and he's looking pretty smooth, and that's, that was Watson's goal. And so far, a lot of these guys, these top four, pulling away from the rest of the field. Excuse me, Parker Collins, I believe, from even the back of Watson's bumper, he's over 4 seconds back. He's currently almost 5.5 seconds back of our race leader, Brett Nichols. And still just trying to hang on, get that top 5 run. There we do see Jeff Green. He's trying to move his way back up, currently in 18th after getting involved in that wreck.
Cameron Rich. Oh my goodness.
Oh wow, he's monkey see, monkey do there. Yeah.
I guess so. I was going to say last lap around. Last lap around, he was the fastest car on track, and here we go again for the lead, by the way. And Delicato got a better run off that backstretch chicane. Has pulled right back up to Brett Nichols once again.
Yeah, these guys, it looks like in different sectors of the racetrack, one might be a little bit faster than the other, and some parts they even seem a little bit even, but overall, I mean, it's been such a good battle here early on in the going. We still have 12 laps to go, and kind of like you said earlier, if you're Seth Rawls or Watson, where you're going to watch these two guys battle and dig about as hard as they possibly can for this lead, and you're Rawls or Watson, you're just saving it. Oh, we have another car around. Is that
Caden?
Is that Caden again? Caden again.
Yeah, really. I mean, it's really hard to get back going, especially because, I mean, we were talking. I think earlier we saw Parker Collins almost go around and he couldn't get going because you're trying to get going faster, hitting the gas and the tires just spin. It's becoming increasingly prevalent now. You see everybody, just about everybody, trying to get going, and they're almost drifting it off the corners. It's getting bad on the rear tires.
Yeah, and just trying to stay. Oh, Dustin Dewar goes around.
Oh, Jeff Green.
Jeff Green and Tim Conrad. That almost was a track blockage there. A couple of guys had to get woed up, and paying the biggest price was Jeff Green and Tim Conrad. As Dewar, he was working himself up after that restart. I believe he's all the way up in the 14th position, and now he's going to be in no man's land, back in the 26th position. And another
there goes
car
Kenton.
around. Kent goes around. I believe he was he about to get lapped there. No.
Well, I
Check
can
that.
say Peeler's actually about to get lapped as it is right now. I don't know why he's as far back as he is. He's certainly not that far off the leader's pace, but they're catching him in a very bad spot. He does go wide to stay out of the way. Very courteous of him.
Yep, courteously giving up the positions to our top 4 who are still battling pretty much nose to tail here. And Cameron Rich already up to 6. You see almost in the same screenshot on the bottom side of your screen that we did have Parker Collins and Cameron Rich on the same screen, and it was the tiny one too. So Cameron Rich definitely on the move.
Seeing Justin Kolb setting down very fast lap times worthy enough to run him up in that top 5. He's back in 13th, making up ground. I believe he's one of the guys that pitted on that last caution. He hasn't been rising just as quickly as Cameron Rich, but he's certainly making his way up.
And gotta wonder, some of these guys if they're trying to save some fuel to see if they can make it.
That'd
Especially
be
the guys who even if the guys who either saved or pitted on under the initial caution, or we've seen again those about 2 or 3 cars that came down pit road when the green flag came out. But right now, kind of look at that battle for the lead. Nick and Delicato, that gap's kind of plateaued right now. I wonder if Nick's just kind of sitting there riding in the meantime.
Not a bad idea. I mean, I think he's already passed Red Nichols twice now, and Red Nichols has passed him back each time. It doesn't seem to matter. If they can stay close enough, if they're equal enough on pace as far as their road course skills go, the draft in these things are so strong. I mean, he can get a worse exit than Rhett coming out of that chicane, but be going like 6 miles an hour faster by the time we get to turn 1. He doesn't have to drive too aggressively, and it's almost, I guess when you think about it, it's almost an advantage to run second.
Yeah, you kind of see in Delicato, it looks like he's maintaining that gap, kind of choosing it outside, just kind of kill the draft just a little bit. Taking a wide entry, he might get a good drive off here, make a run for it.
Oh, he slid a little bit, would have been better.
Yep, could have been a little bit better, but he's definitely closed that gap once again. Looking to the inside, Rhett Nichols, but Rhett Nichols still holding on to that lead.
Oh, Kynan Jones doesn't lose any spots, went quite wide in turn 1. Starting to see some really scary things going into turn 1.
And my dog June, she wants me to let you know, yeah, Kyle Carlson on pit road, and along with Brett Jones, some of these guys making green flag pit stops.
I don't think we've mentioned Kyle Carlson enough. I think one of us picked, was it Vic that picked him? It was a good pick. He's been running pretty good. His front end looks pretty messed up, but he's been running pretty good here, and I guess that was to be expected. But I'm glad to see him running up to expectation. They're up in the top 10, almost the top 5.
Yeah, let's see how he unfolds here once the pit stops cycle through. And just kind of looking at the standings once again. How about we have Cameron Rich. We kind of followed his progress. Currently still sitting in that 6th spot. But how about Gilberto in that number 99 Miss Goodies Ford? He's up 18 spots, up in the top 10 right now, along with another guy who's moved up quite a bit, and Dave Carpenter in that 71.
Yeah, Gilberto, to me, he's a lot more confident on the road courses. Dave Carpenter is the same deal. Dave Carpenter, I believe he does race 24 hours of lemons in real life, doesn't he? Actually has a crew that he does road course racing with in real life. So no surprise that kind of transfers over to the sim rig here, and he's running pretty comfortably in 10th position. Some pretty decent lap times too.
I was kind of talking to him actually about that tonight. Is there anything from the lemons race? I can't remember. Leaders on pit road. Green flag pit stops are, I think you see Seth Rawls. Or that Dallas Bland.
Oh, for the lead. Oh, Nick and Delicato got back around Rhett Nichols. Rhett Nichols actually gave him the bumper and almost turned him around.
Oh, so they're still battling hard up front.
It did not look intentional. He kind of crossed under him, and Delicato stuck it on the bottom, and he just ran into him. He didn't make any other attempt to go around him. It looked a little more. It was probably the most respectful, almost dumping the leader I think I've ever seen.
I wonder how that works, but yeah. But I was anyway. Now that Carpenter, he's up in the 7th spot. I talked to him. What translate? And I believe it's a Nissan. I can't remember if it's a Nissan or little Toyota that he drives in the Lemons, and he's like only 180 horsepower there, and especially with how the cars are so slick here tonight. Said not a whole lot is transferred from his real life Lemons experience onto the road course here tonight.
Maybe subliminally. He looks good, so.
Yeah, I mean, he still usually is smooth no matter what. I'm sure there's something subconsciously that just hitting your braking points and whatnot. But as far as putting that power down, right so far we're seeing Rhett Nichols and Nick and Delicato doing it the best, and still they just can't get away from each other.
No, and they're still not pitting. I suppose the thing for them is it's just the two of them out there, as long as one doesn't undercut the other. Speaking of, there goes James Watson. I'm really a fan of the move by James Watson. He's kind of hanging just around, just now starting to fall out of touch with the lead group. He's going to have quite a bit of an advantage short pitting, but I guess for the top two, I guess there's no reason to pit if the whole field is like 8 seconds behind.
Are we riding on board here with Mr. Daytona?
Yeah, we are.
Yes, we are.
All right.
Got a fresh cut and a fresh camera.
All right.
That's right. And that beard, he said it was a Daytona wind beard, so he's gonna shave it once he loses a Daytona race, and hopefully that's not tonight.
He's got some work to do, but I mean he's not out of it. You're never out of it. Never really out of it.
The impressive thing is that it just took him a week to grow that nice beard that he got. Right
No, actually that happened in between the two halves.
The two halves.
Wow.
He grew the beard. Wow. That's impressive. And nicely groomed. I got to give him an attaboy. He gets off pit road, still right outside the top 10 right there. If he gets around Jeff Green, he's already back in the top 10. So Parker, look at how much his hands are working just getting off pit road, how little grip they have on these new tires. Just sawing. Oh, look at him sawing that wheel.
It's a lot of fun to watch, actually.
It is crazy. It looks like he has a Fanatic or Fantac, whatever the wheel's called, those direct drive wheels. He's got a nice setup there.
See, I'm wondering when our leaders are going to pit. It looks like in Delicato.
Oh.
Don't worry, he's got those hands moving. He's got the race gloves on too, and that always helps.
There goes Rhett Nichols down pit road, and again that's opportune. It looked like Delicato was finally starting to put some time between he and the 55 there. Rhett Nichols pitting, I think, at the perfect time for him.
Yeah,
Cameron Rich as well.
Get the fresh rubber. I just had to ask there too. I wonder was I was talking about Parker's gloves, and it looked like he gave the middle finger. I didn't know if it was that or if he's hitting a button on his wheel, but either
Probably
way, I
a
think
button.
it worked. We'll go with that for now.
We can go with that.
Yeah, we'll go with that. But currently, guys staying out on the racetrack, your top three, Delicato, Rawls, and Carpenter, staying out on the racetrack as everyone else
Rich
has
only
come
9
down
seconds
pit road.
in his stall.
Rich
Oh, wow.
take
So-
two?
Rich might have just took fuel only.
That'd be
and he's-
interesting.
I believe is he coming out right behind
Yes, he is.
Rhett there? Wow.
Cameron Rich, if not as fast, was a touch faster than our leaders. And there you see James Watson already up to 10th. Oh, he's going to lock up. Probably not what he needed to do. He came out in pretty good shape there.
It came out okay, and it looked like just sometimes those cars coming off pit road here on the Daytona road course can kind of just be enough to screw with your braking points. Kind of just even just if it's just the visual, not the car actually blocking it, can kind of throw you off a little bit. And it looks like that's what happened to Watson there. And now you see Parker, Cameron, and what did I say, Rich? I can't remember which names they said, but Rich is up there as well. They're all in a tight pack, and not too far ahead of them is Rhett Nichols, who was your second place driver. And we should be seeing our top three coming down pit road any moment now, but I believe
Delicato is pitting.
Yep.
Rawls is coming in as well.
We'll see if Carpenter follows suit or if he's going to stay out to potentially try to lead a lap here, but he's pretty far back. There you see Gilberto working himself back into the top 10 as well, working around Kyle Carlson, who's been down pit road. And a name we haven't really mentioned since the beginning of the race, Johnny Eckert.
Yeah.
Yeah, making his return. He's working his way up now into the top 10. A guy who can never count out. He might be a little too far back in half number 1, but working himself up in a position where he could be dangerous in half number 2.
Hey, here we go again. And I was gonna say, you said it for me, about him having the trap position in half 2. There goes Rhett Nichols. Rhett Nichols is gonna come out of this pit cycle with a sizable lead over Nick and Delicato. Nick will have the fresher rubber, but he's also got Cameron Rich behind him now. Cameron Rich, how fast is he gonna be, considering he either took two or no tires?
And yeah, so far it's going to be about 2.5 seconds, just trying to do math there. Maybe a little bit more than that between Rhett Nichols and Cameron Rich. Maybe about 4 seconds if math is. I'll do math better now. And so definitely Cameron Rich, I don't think we can count him out. But again, to note, he is on potentially either just right sides or he took no tires on that pit stop. So still may be able to make up the speed that he is. Ooh, Rhett looks like he was almost hit the wall there.
Another battle within the battle here. Seth Rawls is 6th. Parker Collins is 5th. That is for our pole for half 2.
Invert spot, yeah. There we go. Ooh, dog's freaking out.
Oh, so are we. Here goes James Watson going under Cameron Rich here. It looks like James Watson's actually going to be able to work around him relatively quick. Not much of a fight put up there by Cameron Rich. The big thing here, big picture, Cameron Rich had a really fun drive in that half 1, but he and Johnny Eckert are instantly a much bigger part of the equation once we get half 2 started here and bunch them back up.
Yeah, I think half number 2 is going to be real fun. We do see Carpenter come down pit road, make his pit stop here under green.
Oh, wow, look at Collins and Rich.
These guys are
drafting
drafting
their way around Watson. Yeah, they just pushed him past.
Wow. It's a tight battle here from 3rd on back. Oh, looks like Parker locks up the brakes. And he's going to drift wide. And he's going to fall into the 6th spot. Yeah, he's out of that transfer spot right now.
Put Seth Rawls in it now. And, you know, it's almost not such a bad thing if he sits there. Oh, Parker dives it in deep. I cannot believe he made that stick. He's right back at it.
A little bit of tire smoke, but he wants that transfer spot at least.
Oh,
man.
Goodness.
Getting sideways. I'm sure he's sawing on the wheel right now. And I'm looking at the top 10. How the heck did Jeff Green get up to 7?
I don't know. Has Jeff Green pit yet?
He has not. He has not.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
he has not pitted. Oh, okay. So I was going to say that's an interesting strategy. So with only 5 laps to go, still some guys who need to make those pit stops. Maybe he thinks he can stretch it out. Did he come down under one of the cautions? I do believe he might have had some damage. So okay, so he's maybe going to try to stretch it, as now he's fallen back to the 8th position as Johnny Eckert moves up one more spot. And I don't think he's gonna, for Johnny, I don't think he's gonna be able to catch those guys battling for that 5th spot. But one guy who is catching the leader is Nick Delicato.
He just had an incredible run there through that chicane. You could visibly see the time gain, and he got a good exit, and he's gonna have the draft. That whole lead Rhett Nichols had is evaporating right now.
And again, on those slightly older tires, couple lap older tires, is he going to be able to hold off that 4 car? It's going to be interesting to see if he can hold him off with now 4 laps to go.
If I've seen anything out of Rhett Nichols in the one race I saw from him last week and what I've seen so far from him this week, is he is going to fight like hell to get to, he is going to make Nick Delicato's life hell when it comes to passing him. And even if Nick Delicato gets around him, he's not going to go anywhere. Yeah,
it's gonna be a fun battle to watch to the end. I don't think any of these guys are gonna give up any track position here tonight.
And this 4-way battle for 3rd is spectacular as well. Outside of our battle for the lead, Parker Collins like 45 degrees sideways out of the corner there.
Oh boy, these guys! Yeah, no one's giving an inch here tonight. They're trying to get whatever they can. And Rocket Man is currently sitting in our invert position in that 5th spot. Again, now with 4 laps to go, who's going to come out with it? And I wonder if you're Parker. We've seen him sawing at the wheel. We've seen him slipping and sliding sideways.
Oh boy, this might be a good.
This might be a good chance to get his wheel there. Not too bad. Not too bad. He did lose a lot of ground, but maybe he has to save the tires a little bit because, man, he was wearing them out early on in this tire run.
Let's get ready for the lead here. If Indelicato gets another good run through this bus stop, which he... Oh, a huge mistake! Indelicato has crashed!
Oh boy, see if we can cut to the wreck, and oh, he's hit the wall. He is off the pace there.
Oh my goodness, he was pushing it, coming out of it. It picked up, I mean, I'm trying to see what happened. It looks like it caught. He had it cranked to the left hard. It was kind of skidding towards the right. He hit the gas and it hooked towards the wall, and he tried to save it. You'll see it right here. He's going to get back to the gas and it hooks right there. And oh my goodness.
Oh.
Big hit.
Hard contact with the outside wall.
I mean,
And
he's
that
still, go ahead.
That will put Cameron Rich into the second spot. It does, yeah, like you said, does appear that Indelicato is back under power racing. And you see how close that even Rhett Nichols was out of control there as well. So they were both digging it, trying to battle for that lead. And unfortunately for the number 4 Indelicato, he got kind of the worst end of the stick there on
He's not out of this transfer spot yet. These 4 cars are as tight as they've ever been. Seth Rawls came centimeters from dumping Parker Collins. I don't know how Indelicato is still kind of almost keeping up with these guys. I know they're battling. I don't know how that car is not complete and utter junk. He could still get this transfer spot as Cameron Rich runs wide. James Watson's back to second. Parker Collins is now side by side with Rich.
And what a battle it is indeed. Nothing is decided for between these guys battling for that invert spot. And yeah, Nick, man, I thought it'd be puff and smoke here. Thought his race was done for how hard he hit the inside wall, and he's now right behind these guys. We'll see if he can hang with them once we're under power.
You can tell where he's suffering. Yeah, under power, he has 0 straight line speed at all. He is currently over 10 miles an hour slower, just dropping back. He's going to have to make it all up in the corners and honestly probably rely on these guys taking each other out if he wants to get into that top 5.
We still got to give a shout out here to our in-race reporter, James Watson.
Oh, yeah.
And he was talking about keeping it on the pavement, being smooth. And so far, that's given him a second place run here so far. Now with 2 more laps to go, Rhett Nichols with 8.5 second lead. Looks like all he has to do is do 2 nice laps, and he should be in prime position to come away with the victory here in half number 1.
Here we go again. Just when these guys start to get it sorted out. Big slide from Seth Rawls going through the grass there. Oh, contact. Oh, Parker Collins made contact with him. Seth Rawls went wide enough the track. He somehow hangs on. And you see, just like that, Nick Indelicato, for how far he falls back. These guys battle and get close and slow down for each other. It brings that 4 car right back up into the mix.
And you know, I just want to say with how these guys are racing, and maybe guys racing in other leagues or guys who watch other leagues, it can happen. These guys are racing aggressively, but they're not racing dirty. They're making contact. They're moving on from it. They're not getting too butt hurt by it, and they're just keep on rolling, keep on digging, keep on battling for position. And it's been one heck of a battle to watch here to decide who's gonna be in that top 5.
Well, we see Seth Rawls muscling his way past Cameron Rich there. Now Parker Collins is going to have a shot at Cameron Rich here.
And I gotta wonder for Cameron too, with you know, with his tire strategy, if it's just a little bit falling a little short for him, trying to make the maneuvers that he wants to, and especially after watching Parker though. These fast guys, they must have to wrestle the car. You see how loose Cameron got there coming out of the chicane, and I think that's just the key of being fast. Maybe we just throw the slow, smooth is fast out the window, as now we are under the white flag here in half number 1. So Rhett Nichols still holding on to an 8-second lead over Watson. All he's got to do is hit his marks here on the final lap, but the battle to watch right now is definitely going to be this battle for the invert spot. Indelicato in that 6th position in the moment is 2.5, almost 3 seconds back. But if these guys get too aggressive in this final few corners here, Indelicato could capitalize, or maybe Johnny Eckert in the 7th position, Justin Kolb right behind him as well, and in 8th.
Man, I don't think it's very far-fetched to say that the top 9 guys here right now are. I don't really know much about Justin Kolb, but I mean he looks pretty good today. So maybe I'll just say the top 7 cars we have right now are definitely the top 7 road course racers in this league. And I'm going to be honest, I
I'll
know
say
we've
this.
only just started. Go ahead.
Justin Kolb is a sleeper for road courses, that's for sure.
All right,
Yeah,
the top 8,
yeah.
and let's go ahead and make it top 9 because Kynan Jones is pretty good at road courses too. He's
He's
having a good
Australian.
run there.
Yeah. He's Australian, mate, and he is running in 9th.
And then my
coming
hand.
through the final corner.
Yeah, my hand.
My hand's here on a special one-off here tonight. But going through the chicane for the final time, Rhett Nichols looking to.
Look out! Seth Rawls went off. Cameron Rich almost ran into him. Parker Collins is going to get by both of them. Parker Collins is almost spinning out, trying to keep control of his car.
Is he going to save it? Can Nick Indelicato make that invert spot? But coming across the line, Rhett Nichols is going to win half number 1. He's sideways. He's having a little fun. But the battle right now, James Watson trying to come home in 2nd. Looks like he will. Rawls 3rd, 4th, Cameron Rich. Parker Collins will round out your top 5. And there you see Indelicato with a totally beat up race car. Will come home in 6th. Johnny Eckert 7th. Our road course sleeper, Justin Kolb, looks like he'll come home in the 8th position.
Session gave
What?
up. Session. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go. And there we see just missing the top 10, a battle there for 10th. Carpenter trying to get by Dallas Myhand. Myhand will finish in that 10th position. Zach Rogers will be the next one. Cross the line, no front bumper, but a solid run in 15th. He'll look to get that nose put back on, fresh car, see what he can do in half number 2. And DJ Weeks, we've seen him with that early contact with Cooper Johnson on the start in that backstretch chicane.
You know, if we want to keep up with our team points here, we had Shift guys finish 3rd and 6th. We had RK Motorsports guys finish 4th or 5th. Holotype have Rhett Nichols and James Watson. Holotype swept the top two. That is like the maximum position points you can get for your team. So three teams had two guys each in the top six, but Holotype never really been a team towards the top of the constructor points here in OSCA, but got that partnership with James Watson this season and putting in work pretty early here.
Getting work done, and how about that with a 1-2 finish? So, you know, so far this in our young OSCA season, we're seeing some different names going into victory lane, and tonight it's going to be Rhett Nichols who comes away victorious in half number one, but we invert the top five. Parker Collins starts on the pole once again in half number two, so no stranger to starting up top. What's that?
Were you going to say Kligerman?
What?
I might have. Was I?
No, were you going to? It sounded like you were about to say a K name and not a C name.
Oh, maybe. Maybe it's just my Wisconsin accent. Back off.
I don't know what
man.
it is about OSCA, but they regularly give us some of the best road racing I've ever seen.
That was great. That was so much fun to
Yeah.
watch. That was like a 10-lap battle, and they never got away from each other.
It's something that, you know, a lot of league racing, you watch road courses and you can maybe hit the snooze until you get to the last couple laps and see who's going to win it. But man, there's always something interesting going on in these OSCA races. And I'm assuming now with how these guys are going to line up in half number two is going to be real interesting. Again, Parker Collins back up front. We've seen the speed from Rhett Nichols here tonight. In Nick Indelicato, he was right there battling with the lead. But guys that Indelicato's battled for leads before, Johnny Eckert, Cameron Rich, are going to be up there in half number two. So I think, you know, as exciting and fun as half number one was to watch, I think half number two is going to be that much more interesting.
Oh, it's going to be even better. I think it's going to be even better. You've already pretty much gone over it. You know, Cameron Rich and Delicato, Johnny Eckert, already proven themselves as the big dogs of road course racing in this league and in many other leagues. But me personally, I haven't seen anything of Parker Collins, James Watson, and Rhett Nichols, and those guys are studs from what I can tell on the road courses, especially Rhett Nichols in that first race. I mean, he went toe to toe with Indelicata pretty much that whole thing, and it was going to be another whale of a battle to the end if it weren't for that slip up by Nick. And then aside from those guys, Seth Rawls and Justin Kolb and Kynan Jones and Dallas Myhand, um, they are no pushovers. They all finished top 10. It's just a deep field. I think it's a deeper field as far as road course guys, because Dave Carpenter, Gilberto, those guys are good at road courses too, and they didn't even finish in the top 10. Just a really deep road course racing field.
Yeah, and now that we get to bunch them up again for half
We've
number
got
2.
picks, by the way. Sorry.
Oh yeah, we got
Just wanna
picks,
make sure.
and I don't think we're having an interview the way it's looking, so we can get the picks out of the way. Who's first?
Or
You
finish
have an
last.
interview with him. He's in Discord.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
I'll
is he?
pull him up.
I'm gonna pull him up. My dog's trying to
There
lick
you
my
go.
face right
There's
now.
your race winner for you.
Yeah, race winner. We got him up here in the booth. Rhett Nichols. How about that? It was a wild battle. It wasn't easy for the most part. You had to battle our defending champion Nick Indelicato for that win, but you got it done. So talk us through it a little bit here.
Oh, I said before this race, if I didn't win at least one of these, I was going to break my steering
that.
wheel.
I forgot
I
to mention, he said he was going to break his wheel if he didn't win. He won tonight. Wow.
I always got to put something special for you guys in there. No, it was an absolute heck of a battle, and Nick was faster than me for most of the race. So I was just focusing on keeping my rear tires cool and under me, and not spinning them up, heading out of the International Horseshoe and up onto the oval.
Yeah, and it looked like he did a good job in getting out of that backstretch chicane. That's where we've seen Indelicato get a little squirrely. That kind of sealed the deal for you there. But now in half 2, I think that the challenge is going to be ramped up. You're going to be starting back in that 5th position. You're going to be right alongside or right with Nick Indelicato once again. You're going to have Johnny Eckert, some of these fast guys, Cameron Rich, who moved up through the field pretty quick. Talk us through what kind of your game plan is now for half number 2.
I think we're going to keep it the same, keep the tires under us, try to work with my teammate James Watson there, who ran an absolutely excellent race too, kept the car under him and finished second. So we're going to be starting I'm going to be starting right in the row behind him. So hopefully work together here, get some good clean laps under us and see what happens.
Yeah, you also got to give it. Once you get back in your team chat, you got to give an attaboy to Watson. He's kind of downplaying it. Just keep her between the ditches. Just kind of play it safe. And you guys got your team. Holotype got a 1-2 finish there. That's got to feel pretty good too.
Oh, Nick was going insane in the booth in our ears. As soon as Nick Delicato crashed, I was like telling him, "Go watch James, help him out. He needs the help."
So yeah, it's awesome to see the team starting off strong here tonight, and hopefully you guys can continue this here in half number 2. But before we send you back to get ready and prepare here for half number 2, any shout outs you want to give?
I got to shout out Nick for bringing me into this league. I thought he was crazy when he said Gen 6 NASCAR, but apparently it's a lot of fun. Got to shout out the league here for putting this all on, and shout out the broadcast for giving me a way to up my ego by letting people watch me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you were
That's the best
censored
part
the
of
whole
it, ain't it?
time.
Yeah, you were censored the whole time.
Yeah.
we had.
Yeah, I can't shout out my sponsors. Apparently, they're not allowed out here.
Beep. Well, best of luck to you here in half number 2, and I also do have to thank you for winning a race for me because I picked you.
Thank you.
Oh,
man.
hey.
Keep it up. Keep it up. That's more
Yoo-hoo.
pressure.
Well, I can't pick in half number 2, so whatever.
Well, you
happens,
could.
it's not
There's
this
more
time.
of you that
Yes, you
can.
can. You can pick him in half 2.
Oh, I could. Yeah, I could.
You just
technically
can't
could.
pick him again
Can't just pick him
anytime.
anymore half ones.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Well, game's on.
All right. Thank y'all so much.
Yep, thank you. And that was Rhett Nichols, winner of half number 1. So with that, since we were talking about the picks,
I think it's Vic, because he had Carlson and was looking pretty good for a while. Something happened to him.
Yeah, it's me. He finished a lap down. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I'm first up to pick, and only because my guy finished like 25th. I'm gonna go with the man that was just called the sleeper about 10 minutes ago. I'm
Oh.
going with Justin Kolb.
That's a good one.
Ooh.
That officially
Absolutely.
means
Yeah.
RKM got picked. Every single driver got picked today.
Oh,
Matt, you're up.
Oh, you're a proud team owner.
see, I'm up. All right.
I really
well,
am.
There's a lot of good. You see, this is the thing I love about this. I don't think I can go wrong with picking anybody from this top 5. To be completely honest with you. I'm gonna feel really bad about this. But I don't really know how many opportunities I'm gonna get to pick Cameron Ritt.
Ooh.
So I think I'm
That's a
gonna
good
take,
pick.
especially
Yeah.
since he's starting second. He doesn't have to go through the entire field this time.
Next up
Yeah.
is Dallas.
I think Nick is not gonna make an issue this race or have a mishap. I think Nick can go like a half 2 in.
All right.
All
And up
right.
next is Carlos.
Man, you got my pick. I was gonna go with Nick and Delicato because I was in the impression that he's really gonna try to make my wallet a lot lighter. My pick. I think I'm gonna double down on the winners tonight. We're gonna have 2 weeks in a row of sweeping winners. I'm gonna choose
Yeah.
the P1 winner.
That's interesting.
Rhett Nichols.
Oh,
Are you sure that
Nichols.
we have Eckert in the top 10 now? That's different now. Eckert's up here.
Yeah.
Eckert's
what do you think
washed.
about that?
You know,
He's washed.
Whoa!
so hold on.
Oh,
Let-
all right,
let me-
who you got?
Let me defend my boy Johnny Eckert. You know, he is now in here as the sleeper. I think he's gonna thrive on that in half number 2. He's got the track position, Carlos, and that's why I'm gonna go with the number 9 of Johnny Eckert, half number 2.
Man, there are no bad picks today.
Yeah, it's
Every
this is
single
gonna
one
be
that
a
goes.
fun one.
I mean, we had all those guys picked, and his Parker Collins didn't get picked, and he's starting on pole, and he finished top 5. Like that's the thing. There's a lot of depth here.
Yeah, and that's I think one of the fun things with the new rules of these picks is there's got to be a lot of strategy involved in here as well. So you can't burn every bullet in the chamber early on in the going. So it's with all these guys and how well they're running tonight, it's makes it a little bit easier on us here. So we'll see how half number 2 plays up. Field is gridding up again. Parker Collins, no stranger to the front once again. Starting on pole. Has he finished outside the top 5 this season yet? No,
Parker
because
Collins?
we
No,
won
that
last.
was-
Yeah,
It's
That
a
was his
good thing when
worst.
you can say fifth is you're we're on the same page. It's a good when you can say your fifth is your worst finish of the season.
oh, look at
Oh,
him
he's
being
hearing
all
us.
smug. He's hearing us. He's shaking his head. He's
Oh,
got a little grin
he's
there.
hearing us. Parker, watch out on the International Horseshoe. You're locking your wheels every lap.
Are you
Hey, no
coaching
team-
your driver?
Yeah,
Hang on
no
a second.
team owner
Whoa.
advice on the broadcast. How dare you? But
You don't
never
see
get the-
me going into the shift channel. Oh, you're
Oh, cam stall.
Oh, he went down to Matthew must have just went to his team chat to try to tit for tat, give him advice.
Yeah, he
Uh-oh.
told them not to suck.
Yeah, don't suck. That's about the only advice I can give the Do Good chat right now. Like, don't drive like me, and then they'll be just fine. Anyway, we got the field rolling. Matthew, you got a copy here.
No, I went to go to the shift channel and told Nick to watch out for that bus stop exit.
Oh, so you did coach him.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Matthew, take it away. You want to take him to green?
Well, we got 2 laps to green. Okay. We're not taking anything to green. He's down there. I wonder what he's got to say. Probably telling Dave Carpenter to, I don't know, go faster.
they
What did you say?
I said don't suck, and they were busy talking, so I left.
They
So-
might have heard you. They might not have.
might not.
Subliminally, it's in their heads.
It's in there now, but we'll see if that pays off for them. We'll see how the Do Good cars, the RK cars, and shift cars do here in half number 2.
You know, we can talk to. We can have another word with our in-race reporter if we don't get. Assuming we don't. We might not get another chance if we go green here, and we've got a pace lap here if we want to speak with James again.
Yeah, we got to talk to James. James, you're back up here in the 3-wide TV booth, and man, one hell of a run. You kept her between the ditches. You kept her smooth, and you had to fight pretty damn hard to get that second spot.
Oh my god, that was a slugfest. I felt like I was in Roman times in the freaking Coliseum, man. It was just haymaker after haymaker. Like, I wasn't sure if I was going to end up at P2 or into the tire barriers under my own volition, of course.
Yeah, and it seemed like everyone was just on the bit and going for it, and that's one of the nicest things, you know, we generally do see here in OSCA competition on these road courses, is guys just giving everything they have, taking every inch of the racetrack, and generally more often than not, you know, overall being pretty clean. So that's gotta feel pretty good. You can trust the guys around you not to totally wipe you out.
Yeah, like battles are awesome when everyone's giving it their all and we're not just driving like douches and pushing each other off the track. So this is exactly what you want from a road course race.
You know, I think that's a very quotable comment there. When you don't drive like douches, maybe that's something Vic should say before any of the race if it starts getting out of hand. I think that's just all you got to look back to. But best of luck to you here. You'll be starting back in the was it the third position?
Fourth.
Fourth. Yeah. Look at the live timing and scoring. So starting in fourth. What are the goals here tonight? As you get ready to go green, we'll send you back down after that.
Same thing as the last one. Just, you know, keep it on the track and get whatever I get. You know, I don't know if I'll be able to pull Cam and Parker and Seth off like I did in the first half. Plus, still gonna have Nick, and now you have good old Jekker up in the fray. So it's gonna be a lot harder to double podium. So if I could just keep it on the track and come back with another good point to say, that's all I'm after.
Well, best of luck to you here in half number 2, and we'll let you get through the chicane and get ready to go green here.
Cheers. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. That was James Watson, again, coming home in the second position in half number 1.
What, son?
Trying to see what he can. What's that?
What, son?
What, son?
Asking you a question.
What? What?
You know, I don't think I've ever been more excited to take the green flag if I have in OSCA. This is going to be awesome.
Yeah, and especially if these guys still have enough energy to chomp at the bit. I mean, again, we've seen Parker Collins stalling at the wheel. We've seen Cameron Rich do it all night too.
Gotta do it all again.
I'm hoping they can keep it up for another 22 laps here.
Well, 21.
21. Okay. The timing and scoring screwed with me. But
Yeah,
anyway,
well,
pace car is gonna dive. Yeah, see, we'll get there. Pace truck is gonna dive down pit road. We're gonna get ready to go. Green flag racing. Parker Collins once again leading them to the green flag. And here we go for half number 2. And again, turn 1 with all these cars bunched up. Something to keep an eye on. They did it perfectly in half number 1.
A little bit further back, Dave Carpenter drove right into the back of Kynan Jones. Everybody was fine. Saw Sam Dreas taking it 3 wide, passing 2 cars at once. But wow, a very clean turn 1. Oh, Victor Aldrich is around.
Aldrich is around. He's off the racing surface. We stay green, track not blocked. All good to go. But he's got some ways to go to get off that dirt and back on the racing surface. Going to lose a bunch of time here in the early going. As once again, though, we've seen this in half number 1. Oh, we see Dreas off the road course as well. But Parker Collins building up a pretty good lead to start it out with, trying to see if he can hold off a very fast Cameron Rich sitting in second.
Yeah, and this time we get to see a little bit of Johnny Eckert action. Rhett Nichols did not have a good start. Started the race off in 5th. He's back to 7th already. Looks like Jekker was able to get by him pretty quickly. And you know, all these guys up front, I think, you know, maybe you'd expect them to be more aggressive now that they're at the front, but you can, a lot of mistakes were made, right? And those tires burn off quickly, so maybe we'll see more restraint at first, because there's a lot of, I say that, and then James Watson basically drifts his way through the bus stop there. But maybe we'll see more restraint. I'm starting to doubt myself there.
You know, I'm sure we'll see points on, you know, in the night here or in the second half that we'll see guys be aggressive or, you know, ramp that up again, especially once we get closer to the checkered flag. But right now, Parker Collins did lead that first lap, but Cameron Rich is going to look on the inside here and going into turn 1. Parker's going to swing it wide, leave room for Cameron Rich. And he takes it indeed, and he's going to move up into our top spot now. as Seth Rawls and again, Seth Rawls not really known as a big road course ringer, as you said, but man, he's run smooth all night, and he's once again right there in the top 3, looking pretty stout. And he's put some heat there on Parker Collins.
You know, he talked to me. He likes road courses. He really does. Does quite a bit of endurance racing outside of ovals. Just never quite finds himself in the mix. Whether it's sometimes he ends up in the wall, sometimes up in the sky, being the Rocket Man and all that. So far, I mean, he ran top 5 up there the whole race. That first half finished 3rd, and here he is once again. And oh my goodness, Red Nichols almost spun there coming back onto the oval. But you're going to see this top 7, top 8 even. It looks like Justin Colt hasn't really fallen off this front group. These guys are going to be pretty close. They'll stretch out on the infield. They'll get onto this big oval. They'll tighten up. Might see some passing, but all that crazy action we saw to close out half number 1, we might not see for a minute. I can't wait for them to start getting wild, though.
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of time as we see Nick Indelicato sitting there right there in that 5th position behind James Watson, trying to see if he can battle once again for a victory. But how about Johnny Eckert right behind him?
Oh, Watson.
Oh!
He might have a penalty. Yeah, I think Watson might have had a time penalty there or something. He wasn't on the loud pedal there going through the turn.
And now we're on board with Ty McIntosh currently sitting in that 15th position. I think we did see a little bit of that tongue sticking out action, trying to trying to get whatever concentration. See if he can stick that tongue out. Yep, here in turn number 1, he's getting ready.
Yeah, he didn't really.
Hey!
Yeah,
there it is. Yep.
Excuse me, he never really had much of a chance in that first half. Kind of got behind the sticks pretty early. 15th here, though, he can definitely pull a good finish out of this one.
Yeah, and he's right now trying to battle Jeff Green, currently sitting in that 14th position. And that number 2 DGGR, or DG, whatever it is, DGG Racing.
DGG, I want to say.
GGG. And now we're on board here with Peeler, not in drag. Yeah, that is focus. He's got. Does he have the blue blocker lenses there? He's got some fancy glasses on here.
He does have
tonight.
those fancy glasses.
Yeah, yeah.
Speaking of fancy, I went to Walmart today. I bought myself a wax warmer, and right now I've got the scent of Sugar Moon Creations sandalwood.
Oh
Ooh,
yeah,
sandalwood.
you know what? I was able to blaze up some fire with a wax melter, and I got to try my nostrils at some delicious smelling pumpkin apple. And I gotta tell you what, my whole room just makes me hungry now. And I took a nap, and I had the sweetest dream I've ever had of just like nothing but pumpkin pie and baked apple pie.
Oh wow, those are the dreams that are worth having. And again, you can get those scents at the Sugar Moon Creations on their Etsy store. Search them on Google. I think it'll lead you there.
Link in the YouTube description.
Link is in the YouTube description. I think Peeler was telling me I don't believe I've received it yet, but he let me know that I'll be getting the sandalwood and
Is he drinking some Baja Blast?
Oh man, he went to Taco Bell. Hopefully that doesn't give him some troubles later. Let's just say that.
I thought you were gonna be like, hopefully that doesn't slow him down.
How do I put this lightly?
yeah. I was trying to how to delicately put that. We've all eaten Taco Bell before.
Yeah.
You know how that goes. Yeah.
The other wax smell, I'm sorry, I was stuck up on it. It was Fruit Loops, and I was like,
yeah.
Fruit Loops. Oh boy.
I can't wait.
Like,
I only got one of that. I'm saving that.
It doesn't just smell like Fruit Loops. It smells like Fruit Loops that have been sitting in milk for like 30 seconds, and you've taken a couple bites. Like it's like it is the aroma
what I have
of
going right now in my room.
Fruit Loops on a Saturday morning. It is awesome.
Are you watching Scooby-Doo, Vic, to complete the Saturday morning cartoons?
It sure as hell felt like it toward the end of that first half. There was quite the chase going on.
Yeah, it was.
I wouldn't say anyone were the bad guy with the mask on, but yeah.
Yeah, there's no revealing of let's see who you really are. Everyone kept it clean, and we'll see if it happens here again in half number 2. But right now, Cameron Rich pulling away a little bit from Parker Collins, and see if we can get that draft. And as you see, look how much that gap closes up every time they come down this front stretch.
Yeah, and you're going into that braking zone faster. So I mean, even when you're getting down to the turn 1 speed there, and he goes a little bit wide there. Still though, just the time gain. Seth Rawls with a particularly good corner. If he can stay tight, I'm surprised with Seth Rawls here, and I don't mean that as a jab at him, but I always expect him to run decently well at the road courses. But he's not just running well. I mean, he is up there. And it looks like he's actually about to drop this spot to Indelicato. Nick Indelicato making the move on him. He actually hits the brakes there, gives it to his teammate. But Seth Rawls dealt quite a few bad hands last season. A lot of good runs gone bad. I think it was Phoenix in particular. He was like 3rd, and something happened on the last lap, and he wrecked out of nowhere. But good run for him so far.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You know, the term Rocket Man unfortunately did not come to him under good terms. So now I think he's completing the Rocket Man trilogy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Carlson almost coming up into traffic.
Heart attack inducing.
Ooh, are your shirts still clean there, Carlos?
Oh no, I don't have it anymore. I had a sweating one, but it's oh man, you know, that's on me. That's on me.
No pooping in your pants. Says Sonic. Anyway.
He didn't even have Taco Bell.
Yeah, well, that's a good thing. You know, trying to look through the field here too for guys that have moved up through the field, and we do have a few. We have Ty McIntosh again, who had a rough go of it in half number 1. We were on board with him. He's up 4 or 6 spots in the 14th position. Cooper Johnson, we've seen how rough his half number 1 went. He's currently up 6 spots in 17th, and I believe Adam Peeler, we're on board with him as well, up 6 spots as well in that 24 spot. So it's a couple of guys move up 6 spots, but other than that, so far everything kind of staying calm, kind of staying cool. And I wonder now, you know, now that we don't have the benefit of that caution that we've seen early in half number 1, and I believe, you know, we're running one more lap as well. If everyone's just kind of waiting until we make those green flag pit stops before we let the dogs go hunt.
You know,
right on cue, Doug Mark.
You know, they don't have all that, but you know what they do have? They have an added challenge for the second half. As Vic pointed out, this is a day race. Both of these are day races, but this second one, you gotta fight the sun. And it's got hands.
Oh yeah.
Their eyes.
It's got hands and it's ready to fight. There you see the glare right there for Adam Peeler. And it's significant, and it could definitely play into hitting your breaking points. Yeah, it's only gonna get worse from there.
Only thing getting worse right now is actually the gap between first and second. Cameron Rich starting to pull. Big mistake by Parker Collins there. It's going to allow Indelicato to get right behind him. And Indelicato starts to face towards that wall again.
And they're Parker's letting him in, and Nick is going to take over that second spot in the hairy moments once again, going through that chicane for these drivers.
Ty McIntosh gets that track. Oh, Ty McIntosh.
Oh, Ty. Oh, he is. Yeah, I believe that was right in that same spot in the chicane.
Seth Rawls got his way around Parker. Adam Tepe as well. I think, Tepe's banged up. This actually might have been a separate incident. Tepe did the same thing as McIntosh, just about.
Oh, no. So, yeah, that's just getting that power down. You I don't know. That's kind of the area I do believe maybe the sun has something to do with it there?
It's the 3rd time we've seen it
now.
Indelicato, McIntosh, Tepe.
No sun. Just maybe
just too much beans.
Wow.
Too much beans.
You'll see Tepe here in a little bit.
And now we're going to see Kevin again.
Not quite. Just doesn't.
He hit.
He was on the grass when he hit the gas.
Right rear.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Grass on gas. You're.
Yep. Yep.
Your butt is grass.
Your butt is grass. Yep. Right now, Cameron Rich looking pretty up front. 3-second lead over Nick Indelicato. And again, just can't say enough about Seth Rawls working his way back up into the top 3. Having a strong run here tonight. Johnny Eckert now in that top 5. making his return to OSCA competition. Our all-time wins leader, all-time championship leader. He holds just about every record. We got guys out here like Nick and Delicato, Cameron Rich trying to.
Whoa, Parker Collins, huge moment.
Oh,
Got a little bit too hard on the gas, and man, he almost spun it. He got all the way down to that apron there in NASCAR 3.
So I'm wondering too, since we're seeing a lot of these, it seems to be more common now in half number 2 that these guys are slipping and sliding around the track here a little bit. I'm wondering if that track is getting a little looser, a little greasier, that they're sliding around so much.
Could be. I'm not really sure. Well, the track shim's pretty cool anyways. I'm not really sure how much the track had cooled down. But not just the track, the tires, We didn't have as many pace laps to get them up to temperature. So even when they were fresh, they weren't as good as they could have been. We didn't have that caution to prevent them from wearing. The 14 to go we have right now is not the same 14 to go it was last race. There's more wear on these tires at this point. I believe, I'd say they're probably about 2 or 3 laps fresher than they were at this point last race in the tire run. So they're definitely pretty old. You're definitely starting to see a lot more mistakes. I'm even seeing Johnny Eckert and Nick and Delicato have some pretty interesting moments having to saw on the wheel.
Yeah, and it's definitely going to be interesting once they get back on that fresh rubber, kind of getting back into the swing of things. There you see Justin Kolb sitting in that 9th position now.
Yeah, Kolb messed up.
He messed up, and he's lost a position to Dallas Myhand, and how about Gilberto Javier Gomera in the top 10? Yeah, putting my mama's colors up there in the top 10. He's looking pretty good.
It's had a pretty good day today. He ran about in that 8th to 12th range in that first half. I want to say he finished 12th in that first half. He did. Started that first half 27th, actually. I don't think it got enough attention that he went from 27th to 12th in that first half, and he's looking pretty good here today. A guy that we usually see getting I'll say it without cursing, the bad end of the stick, I guess. Doesn't really seem to have any kind of good luck. The poo-poo end of the stick. He gets the poo-poo end of the stick way more often than not, and of course there's still 13 laps here to go here. I very well might have just jinxed him completely, but
yeah, hopefully we didn't do that. That'd be quite unfortunate there, because that seemed to happen quite a bit last season. It's new season, new ball game, and hopefully the announcer jinxes are a thing of the past now.
Well, yeah, now we're really done for.
Yep, I totally screwed that up. But I mean, I was gonna say, as far as our green flag pit stops, I believe we've seen them roughly with about 10 to go. Do you think that's kind of around the mark that these guys are kind of aiming for right now?
Yeah, I mean, you could cut it in half. Cameron Rich, I don't think is. I mean, at least if I'm Cameron Rich, I'm not picking a lap. There's enough gap between he and Delicato to where you just pit whenever everybody else pits, because they're not going to be able to undercut you.
Yeah, it's getting a big enough gap, yeah.
So you'd probably wait another 2 laps. If you want to be aggressive, you can pit now, but you have to think the earlier you pit, the harder it's going to be at the end of the race. And at the end of the race, you're going to want to have a lot of grip. So maybe you don't pit too early. Parker Collins, another big moment in that backstretch chicane, went really wide, went through the grass, almost spun coming off of it. For a guy who's been all over the place as much as he's been this half, he's still in 4th. So he's still fast as heck.
Yeah, it's just insane to think of how much abuse these guys are putting on their tires, but still able to string these laps together and run so well. And there we see a couple South Shore Racing Chevrolets. Haven't mentioned them too much. Sitting in the 19th and 20th positions of David Westergreen and Cooper Johnson. And I believe the way their night's going, they're looking forward to maybe this race being done with, and us kind of moving on and moving forward to the Bristol Dirt Race next week. So I mean, just look at this early schedule. Look at the diversity we've had. We had the super speedway race here at Daytona. We have this road course race now, and next we hit dirt. So that leads me to question, why aren't we going to the Rallycross racetrack? We've got to hit.
Come on, Vic.
Yeah, come on, Vic.
Oh,
I don't have an answer for that one. I didn't want to make a setup for it, I guess.
Well, you guys got
No, Vic made it clear. There's gonna be one chaotic race this season, and it's at Monza Oval.
Yep.
If it's not, you know what we're gonna do? I'll
Go
say
again.
it. We're
Irwindale
definitely
figure
going
8.
to the Irwindale.
Yeah!
Oh yeah.
100%. If Monza isn't chaos,
And it's gonna
Irwindale
be a
figure 8
points race?
definitely will be. It'll be a
I
points race.
love it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh boy.
Ooh,
I'm a madman, okay?
Strategy,
Give me what I
chaos,
want.
love it. Yep. Entertain me, drivers. Entertain me.
It's gonna be the OSCA 2023 B Bash Clash.
Yes, it will be the Bash Clash indeed, and he who is strongest will survive.
Points gets 10 bonus points.
You know,
Ooh,
a league I was in used to do that. Our All-Star race for a couple seasons was.
And Delicato
Um,
on pit road.
Oh!
He's starting.
And Seth
starting the
Rawls.
pit stop. So Shift Esports starting the green flag pit stop cycle here, coming down pit road. Yeah, I bet you he was looking for tires for a while. Did he come in
Collins
hot?
might have, he came in a little hot. He might have sped. It was
Vic?
close. Got James Watson coming down too.
I
That
got
was
no
my
penalty.
hand. All right, it was close.
No penalty.
A
Made it
lot
right.
of drivers going down Pit Road.
Yeah, a lot more than I thought, honestly,
Yeah.
at this point. I thought they'd win
Carpenter,
it a lot
Kynan
more.
Jones, Zach Rogers coming down pit road as well. So yeah, the green flag pit stops will be commencing here. And if you're Cameron Rich, do you pit this time by just to keep the tires as close as possible?
I don't know, but I know he's gonna be taking tires.
He's starting
Oh,
to
he was-
struggle a little bit, and everybody else was too. But here's the thing: he had such a good gap already. If he waits another lap, he could really, really have a huge advantage. I mean, 2-lap fresher tires at the end of the race is going to be a huge deal because these guys are going to have to go a hair longer on this second stint than they did on that first stint. Now, did Cameron Rich have enough of a gap to where he doesn't have to worry about losing the lead? I don't know, because this lap, I'll be honest with you, has looked a little bit rough from him.
Oh,
I think
96
it's-
around,
Oh,
5
really?
around, 95.
Exhibit A, tires have really gone off a cliff.
Yep, Westergren gets back on the course, keeps it going. I see Brent Jones and Sam Dreas getting around him. Continue our green flag cycle of pit stops as well. See if Cameron Rich does decide to come down pit road. Maybe he's thinking the same thing Bayuk's thinking right now. Was a little rough. Those guys have fresh rubber. That sounds good. Let's see what he thinks.
You know what? He started to. He hit the brakes. He kept going.
I thought it looked like that was.
Did he
unless
have a slowdown or?
Either that, or either if he had a slowdown, or maybe that he just thought that he did not get, or maybe had too much speed at that point. Of pit road. It was.
He went from like 195 to 175, and then he realized I'm not going to make it, and decided to stay out another lap. Now this could potentially hurt him. He might lose the lead to Nick and Delicato here, but whenever he comes back out, whenever he does come back out, he's had to pass the whole field already, and this time he'll just have to pass a couple of cars on fresher rubber. It's just they're going to be playing some really intense defense. Johnny Eckert also has not hit yet.
And you gotta wonder too. We've seen Cameron Rich before. I think even at the Roval and earlier here tonight, not take tires. Does he just take fuel only and try to keep that gap?
That's possible, but Johnny Eckert, I'm just now realizing, as I said his name, he was a lot further back than I thought he was. He spun it coming out of turn 1. He's yet to come to pit road. I think it's definitely time now.
It is time, and you know what? I think Johnny's washed if he spun out. Come on, that's not a Johnny move.
Come on, Johnny.
Come on, Johnny. Here's Johnny.
Called it. He's
Need our
washed.
OSCA segment of "Come on, man."
and then Carlos going, "It's time to stop."
What's next, Oscar Race Hub?
Yep.
Yeah, what are we gonna call it? I don't know what we're gonna call it.
Race OSCA.
Carlos. Race Oscar.
Cameron Rich is coming this time, and
This time he looks like he's.
Slow it down, Cameron. He got it.
He got it.
It's really interesting. He got up out to the outside wall and got a straight shot towards pit road. I don't think I've seen anyone really do it like that.
He had the gap.
Again, he had the gap. He had the open track to do so. So here he's on pit road. Let's see if he takes tires this time.
He's got right side
there we go.
going up.
Yep, he's got, There we see Johnny Eckert on pit road. Gilberto on pit road as well.
4 tires for Cameron Rich, and here comes Indelicato, and Indelicato is going to smoke him as he exits pit road, but now Cameron Rich with the fresher rubber will have an opportunity to chase down Nick Indelicato.
He'll have 9 laps to do it. And now the question is, will Seth Rawls get around him? And he does.
He does, and that's
before
big.
Cameron Rich. Yeah, that will be huge. Now that Cameron Rich will have that fresh rubber, so we could potentially see a decent battle here for the lead. But right now, Nick Indelicato, 2 3/4 second lead over Seth Rawls, but Cameron Rich already right on the back bumper of Seth Rawls.
And you know Seth Rawls already going for every point he can. Seth Rawls is definitely going to try to make his car a few lanes wide to help his teammate out.
Yeah, he's pulling it wide, going to the corner, trying to block the apex of the corner. See how long.
Oh, Kolb in the
Oh, Nels
26.
Mahan.
Oh, two
Oh,
guys
oh,
running
around-
in the top 10.
Mahan's trying to get off track, and he will. Kolb trying to find a gap to turn around in. Kind of
We
waiting
gotta
for
turn
Mahan.
around.
Yeah, and he's going to lose a lot of track position. Oh, boy, he's stuck. Oh, there we go. Get in here. Don't slide around. Man, oh, man. Here's a look at the replay of what just happened between these two drivers. Oh, both got. Oh,
Ooh.
Mahan. Just, he was trying to get the power down, the 26 Dallas Mahan, and just makes contact with Kolb. And Dallas just getting off track just in the nick of time.
Meanwhile, Cameron Rich got a lane under Seth Rawls, completing that pass. Seth Rawls
Oh,
is
not
gonna
over
let him
yet.
Go too easily though. Yeah, it's not over yet. He's in front of him, but it's not complete. Seth Rawls, is there side drafting or?
It looks
a
like
thing.
it's
I
a
didn't know-
thing in
wow,
these
I didn't
cars,
know- I
yeah.
didn't think it was that big of a thing in this car.
And yeah, they're certainly drag racing down into turn 1. That could, hopefully they don't overdrive it going in here.
Oh, you know what? Just a little bit up the road, Nick Indelicato might have gone a little bit too wide. Minor
Yeah,
mistake
he
on
did.
his part.
Going into turn 1, it was again that 2 3/4 second lead. Now down to under 2 seconds, almost a full second close there in turn number 1. So that's really going to benefit Cameron Rich. Now he's only got that 1 car ahead of him of Nick Indelicato.
Man, that Johnny Eckert spin all but killed his race. He actually, yeah, he pitted the same lap Rich did. He's all the way back to 7th. And with his fresh tires, he might be able to make his way back up a few spots. But the way things are, it looked like he was maybe going to have a say in the finish of this thing. Our OSCA career road course legend going to have a good finish here today. Right now, it's going to be about Cameron Rich chasing down Indelicato, and there's not going to be much of a chase. It's going to be more of a battle. The way the draft works and the way Cameron Rich has been getting through this backstretch chicane, they'll probably be right up to that number 4's bumper by the time we cross the line.
Yeah, he is in the draft. He is there, and got the backstretch chicane to go through. And I think Indelicato, after what happened half one, see if he takes it easy. Now that here you
Wow.
see that number 6'3"
Yeah.
wide TV right there.
Insane.
Wow. I think one beneficial part on this part of the run here, now that they're battling for the lead, when we've seen Parker and Nick battling through here in the final laps of half number 1 is a little bit fresher tires here in the going,
Oh, a
a
huge
little
run
bit more
by
grip.
Cameron Rich here. He's got that draft.
and he
He
is
doesn't make
right
it yet.
there.
He backs off. Not time. He's
Sure.
got 7 laps. He's got 7 laps and fresher tires. And more importantly, nothing to lose. And he's going to go under.
Oh, wow.
Indelicato gets a bad exit. Cameron Rich goes right by him.
The battle of
looks
3
like
white
that
TV.
under- Yep, battle
Yeah,
3 wide
wow.
TVs, and
That's
wow.
some good sponsorship.
Yeah, it's getting some good TV time on your own channel. I see how it is. But
You know what I saw of it? What I
Well,
saw,
go ahead.
Cameron Rich totally got the lane under him. When Indelicato started to gas up, he actually slowed down and didn't even try to fight him. It's almost as if there's going to be a battle. He's got to save some rear tire if he wants a shot at him. But he knows Cameron Rich has got the better rubber right now and has ultimately been a tick quicker so far. There's no reason to burn it all up right now.
And he's got to try to maintain that gap with Cameron Rich on those fresher tires. Hopefully for him, once he gets on these oval parts of the NASCAR part of the oval, that he can maintain that draft. We see Cameron Rich really gapping him right now, about a second lead, and that it might be just enough out of touch where I don't know if Indelicato can benefit from the draft a whole heck of a lot.
He's going to have a really good run here through this backstretch chicane, and that's hard because as decent as Indelicato has been through there, Cameron Rich has been outstanding. And there goes Delicado definitely going in deep. Gonna have to be careful not to catch that grass. He does. I don't know if it was faster, but he made it through.
He made it through. Bolt maintained about that second gap to Cameron Rich. And here's where we'll really see if he gets any draft here on the straightaways or on the oval part of the track. Coming down 6 laps to go, but right now it does appear that Cameron Rich, with that fresher rubber, when he pitted, when he decided to come down pit road, was beneficial. He's pulling away just as he did in the early stages of this run. There we see Watson on the bottom of the screen as well, sitting in that 5th position. Is shaping up to be a really good night for James Watson. That second place run in half number 1, currently sitting in the 5th position. And again, a guy counting on a points night here tonight. Yeah, Holotype as a whole really doing well. As our half 1 winner sitting in 6th.
Let's not forget sorry, I'm blanking. Let's not forget RK Motorsports. Cameron Rich looks like he, as long as nothing goes wrong for him, and he stays in that lead, he's just a few laps away here from securing RK Motorsports' third win in 4 races here. Parker Collins, a 4th place finish, really good team points for them. So I mean, hey, the top 6 consists of the same drivers that the first half did, just in a slightly different order.
Yeah, slightly different order indeed, and kind of surprisingly, we haven't seen quite the battles that we've seen here in half number 1. But I think just sometimes the track position, the way it plays out, and maybe wanting to save the tires battle for the end, and one thing leads to another, and maybe now you're a little farther back than what you wanted to be. But here's a battle on the racetrack right now for that podium position between Seth Rawls and Parker Collins. And both guys definitely worthy of getting an interview here tonight. But maybe we talked to Parker too much. He swept last week. We haven't talked to Seth in a little bit.
We'll see how. Parker Collins really driving in deep on the outside there. If he times his throttle input right, he'll get a really nice run off.
Ooh, and again, swing a lot. I feel like an interesting line by both the Shift Esports cars, Delicado and Rawls, coming out of the first corner there.
Yeah, and it's absolutely a team thing. They and multiple other teams. It seems like there's a lot more teamwork this year. I don't think OSCA's ever had this many 3- and 4-car teams, as many as they do this year. But they for sure, like other teams, worked on it in practice, and it doesn't surprise me at all that teammates kind of doing the same thing as each other.
Yeah, it's kind of neat to see, and certainly paying off for Seth Rawls here, running in that top 5, currently sitting in 3rd. Then we see another Shift Esports team, car, the Shift 2 or the S2, sorry, racing Ford of Alberto Javier Gomera, battling Caden Tufts. And hey, we haven't really talked a lot about Caden Tufts in a good light, but hey, he's running in the top 10, and he had one heck of a, a lot of slipping and sliding. He got involved in a few incidents in half number 1, and a good rebound to be in the top 10 right now.
Yeah, he qualified 11th, and was running pretty well until all the chaos that happened to him in half 1, and here he is. He started this half 19th. Appears to be the biggest mover of the race, up 10 spots. Having to fend off some pressure from Gilberto, but Kynan Jones, little land shark, is right in front of him. Good little battle here between this 8th, 9th, and 10th place cars. And how much further back you'll see David Carpenter. Dave Carpenter having a good run. He finished 11th in that first half, after starting 24th. Started 11th here, running 11th. Good points night for him.
Yeah, good points night. I'm sure he wants to crack into that top 10 to crack get those stats.
Wow.
Oh,
Aiden Tufts with a moment.
With the moment, and that will relinquish that 9th spot.
He got caught by the thing that got in Delicado, Tepe, and McIntosh. He just actually saved it there.
Yeah, it was a nice save for the now 15-year-old man. I believe he had his bar mitzvah last week, maybe. I don't know, when did he turn 15?
Yeah.
Whatever he did.
Yeah, a week ago.
In between the week.
A week ago? Oh, yes.
It would be 6 days ago now.
Oh, 6 days ago. Okay. So, yeah. Whoop, whoop. It's your birthday.
Actually, if it's the office, it is a very lame party.
Yeah.
with the
It is
band.
your birthday.
Yeah,
It is your birthday.
we're
what's
going
the
off the
theme?
office.
What's the theme?
It is your bar mitzvah.
It is your bar mitzvah. I love it. And Kane Tuff's currently rounding out the top 10. Kynan Jones, the Land Shark, sitting in an 8th spot, but now under fire from Gilberto for that spot. And right now,
Oh,
I mean,
something happened to
Gilberto,
Collins.
he's running pretty smooth race. Parker
Oh, yeah,
Collins.
Parker Collins is gone. He was right behind Seth Rawls recently.
Yeah, he's now about 8 seconds back.
Oh. And here's what happened. You'll see he's going to go a little bit. He's going to go a lot here. I think he gets. in
Oh,
there too hot,
turn
just
one
straight.
or turn 2, I should say.
Oh, getting off course, getting in the grass. Oh, and he
He
spins.
did a good job. He did a good job fighting
Yeah.
it back onto the pavement. You can get stuck out there for a long time.
You can go straight to the tire barrier.
Yeah.
There's so many bad things, so many worse things that could happen. And luckily for Parker, too, the track was cleared once he came back on the racing surface. And he's still hanging on to that 4th spot. So he didn't lose any, track position, but he did certainly lose a lot of track time. Again, being right there in the mix in the battle with Seth Rawls, now standing about 8.5 seconds behind that battle for the podium spot.
I think our best battle on track right now is what you got at the top of your multicam. Kynan Jones and Gilberto, a couple of chase-off drivers from last season. These 3 guys have all been hovering around each other. 3 laps to go on the top 10. Probably want to be careful not to take each other out. But they still got plenty. And here goes Gilberto to the inside of Kynan Jones.
Looks like he might get the spot here coming on corner exit. Yep, he'll take that spot. Kynan Jones will just, again, wanting to salvage that top 10 run. If anything happens, you do have DJ Weeks now moving up to that 11th spot. And Dave Carpenter looking to pounce if any of these 3 cars make contact with one another. And right now, you see on the bottom screen, coming to 2 laps to go after hitting that final chicane now for Cameron Rich. He's going to head to the start-finish line to the 2 laps to go with about a 6-second lead, but he's getting to some lap traffic right now.
And I can't believe the pace he's been.
Whoa!
Lap traffic, depending on where you catch lap traffic, it could actually be more of a blessing than cursed. It's going to take a lot if Indelicato even thinks about having a chance at him. The gap is so big at this point. Cameron Rich has been admittedly a little faster than the 4 car today, but I know Indelicato probably isn't pushing his stuff too hard. If anybody I know, he's definitely one not to fight a battle if he doesn't have to, and there is no reason for him to really push too hard to try and catch Cameron Rich and get him in trouble.
Calling him lazy?
Points here, probably.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah, I'll call him lazy. Yeah. You
No,
know,
not
ask
lazy.
him about it.
Resourceful. Save your stuff. You
Yeah.
never know. If a caution comes out, you have tires at you.
A caution, yeah.
Yeah.
If his teammate, unless his teammate passes him here, I'll be talking to him here in about 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah. See, yeah, you'll get to call him out if that's the case.
I don't think I will.
I don't think.
I don't.
No,
think
I don't think I
I'm gonna
will.
call-
Ooh, Cameron Rich getting a little sideways out of getting back on the NASCAR oval, trying to put a lap down of Brett Jones, currently riding in that 22nd position. So Cameron Rich setting a blistering pace and catching lap traffic. I thought sometimes I get messed up now with this IMSA one. Now we're hitting the final chicane. And again, once Cameron Rich hits the stripe, still holding on to that 6-second lead, there'll be 1 more lap to go. So unless some disaster happens for Cameron Rich, looks like he'll end up here in victory lane. Still some battles to be settled here. We still see on top of your screen, Kynan Jones not giving up too much ground to Gilberto for that 8th position. Going into turn 1 final time for the 6th car of Cameron Rich. We've seen that speed from, even seeing, what he did with either not taking tires or taking 2 tires. We'll maybe find out once we interview him at after the race.
That's the writing was on the wall.
Yeah, now on even tires, even ground, we see Cameron Rich pull away, and I think this is it shouldn't be so much of a shock because again, as we talked about with Cameron Rich, one of the last times he was out on track was the Charlotte Roval, and it was basically the same story I think that played out for Cameron Rich. He started in the back, worked his way up to the front relatively quickly, and then once he got that starting position, half number 2, and on equal pit strategy, he just kind of walked away with it.
Yeah, I mean, road course guys are fast at all road courses in all cars, pretty much. They're always going to be good at road courses, no matter what they're driving or where they're driving it. But they're better at some tracks than they are at other tracks. And Cameron Rich, big Roval guy, I guess. He's been in all the road course races I've seen him do in OSCA. He's always been good, but man, he is fast on these Rovals. He's just about as fast here as he was in Charlotte, except this time he's going to get to take home a win here, as long as his house doesn't explode or something.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully nothing crazy goes on here. Coming out of turn number 4, coming down to the stripe, Cameron Rich is going to get it done here in half number 2. He's going to take the checkered flag. Nick Indelicato looks like he'll come home in the 2nd spot. And how about this? The Rocket Man Seth Rawls rounds out your podium finishers. And I think Collins here overall has got to be pretty happy with how his 2 races or I guess 4 races now at Daytona went.
Oh yeah, I'd say 4 top 5s, 2 wins.
Yeah,
not bad.
Pretty bad at all. Yeah, that's pretty good. Rhett Nichols as well, getting the win.
Well,
kind of Jones.
Yeah, got to P8, got around Gilberto.
Yeah, got back around. He gets P8. Gilberto in P9.
Oh, Caden Tufts had a problem. It's now DJ Weeks in the top 10.
Yeah, DJ Weeks will round out top 10. Carpenter again with an 11th place run. Caden Tufts will come home in 12th. Zach Rogers 13th. Dallas Mahan 14th.
Cole, what was going to be a pretty good top 10, it looked like, that would settle for 15th.
Yeah, he's not going to be happy about that.
Yeah, Jeff Green coming home 16th. Kenton, how about that 17th place run? He started shotgun on the field.
Yeah, he was plus 8 in the first half, plus 5 this time.
Yeah, not a bad night for Kenton. Cooper Johnson 18th. David Westergreen, he'll round out the night here in 19th. He started all the way back in 26th position.
There's no damage on that car.
Yeah, looking pretty clean. We've seen him go off course a couple times and get ready for dirt Bristol. Victor Aldrich rounding out your top 20, and those are the lead lap cars. All cars finished the race, so it is official. It is in. And again, Cameron Rich coming home with the win here in half number 2. We can kick the interviews off here right away. We do have the Rocket Man Seth Rawls coming home in 3rd, and man, Seth, you again put that Rocket nickname into a whole different light here tonight. You had a pretty fast hot rod in both halves, coming home. I believe in the first half you came home in 3rd as well.
Yep.
So pretty consistent night for you here tonight, bud.
Not too bad at all. Yeah, definitely just trying to keep it on the island and made the most of it. Definitely not the fastest here, but I feel like put some good laps together, minimize the mistakes. I almost wheel hopped pretty bad into International Horseshoe. That was not fun. Great racing with Parker, Nick, Cam, James. That first heat was great. But yeah, it was a great night for all the shift guys. I think powered through it and we got some good points and not a bad result.
Yeah, not a bad result indeed. And we were kind of talking with fellow shift esporter Matthew here during the races. Hi. and yeah, say hi to Matt.
Hi, Seth.
Oh,
hi.
Oh, there you go. I was gonna say, oh boy. Anyway, we were talking about generally, in these races, we haven't seen you run this particularly well on road courses, but again, in different disciplines, it seems like you have a lot of fun, running road courses. So to have these results end up with 2 podium finishes, that's got to feel pretty good.
Yeah, I feel like dang it. So Matthew did me dirty then.
What did I do?
You said I wasn't that good at road courses.
Oh, I said that.
Oh, okay,
I did.
okay.
I did. Yeah, I wasn't mad.
Okay.
I should say
Easy,
you weren't
boy,
good.
easy.
You're good.
Well,
You're good. I mean, I haven't run a lot more road racing recently with the endurance season in full swing, so I've been kind of shitting up my A game. Definitely think I was gonna run this well, but yeah, I like road courses. I love that. I like stock cars and road courses. Always been a fan of that combo, and I think it played out pretty well for myself tonight. Me and Nick played the same strategy both times, and we almost got him, but Cameron was pretty quick.
Yeah, Cameron was a tough one to beat here tonight, but again, to get these two top 5 finishes, definitely a good start to moving forward. And now next week, sometimes it doesn't really matter. It's kind of almost like a super speedway in a way where sometimes it doesn't matter if you feel like you got it down, feel like you're fast. It seems like next week going into Bristol Dirt can be a wild card. How do you feel going into next week?
I haven't ran that track in forever. I feel like in my last dirt race, maybe OSCA last year, I want to say, OSCA All-Star race. So I am intrigued on what's gonna happen next week. I'll have the duels on my other monitor. So if I get wrecked out, I get wrecked out. I have something to watch. But I'll try my best, and I'm never call myself a dirt ace. Actually, Eldora, the first week it came out, I won like 3 races in the trucks. So I'm gonna use that confidence and bring it next week.
See, yeah, and that's why, since it's been such a long gap since you've last been on the Bristol Dirt track, I think it's like going new again, and you'll have that beginner's luck once again.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. But with that, before we send you off and let you go celebrate with your teammates on an awesome night, any shout-outs you want to give?
Yeah, definitely want to shout out Launch Partners. Been great all season. They're big supporters of mine. They do marketing and digital solutions, so check them out, launchpartners.com. Myself, SR Design. If anyone needs a paint scheme, logo, go to SethRawlsDesign.com. Shifty Sports, obviously, great night. Me and Nick in the points. Those 2 guys did okay. Sam struggled a little bit, but he's for rookie seasons, he's not doing too bad. Gilberto, heck of a job in P9. And you guys for putting the show on, and all the partners for OSCA and Vic and Dallas for putting the whole show on.
Yes, well, thank you indeed, and it's again, best of luck to you next week at Bristol. Good run here tonight, and hopefully we'll talk to you next week.
Thank you guys, hopefully.
Yeah. Seth Rawls coming home in P3 and half number 2. Next up, we'll bring, as Matt would say, not me, we'll bring lazy Nick Indelicato up here, and Matthew, take it away.
Yeah, Nick with a 6th and a 2nd place finish tonight. The highs, probably hoping we're a little bit higher, but we'll go ahead and get the lows out of the way. Just start with the half one. I mean, half one was looking pretty good. You were hounded on the back end of Rhett Nichols, and it looked like it just caught, or you got on the gas at a certain time. What all happened there?
Yeah, I feel like I had my yearly Daytona road course mistake. I skipped the 24 hours this year, so I guess that made up for it. Yeah, I honestly, that happened to me in the 24 hours in a GT3 car a couple of years ago, and I don't know if I just clipped the grass. Yeah, I clipped the grass and I hit the gas at apparently the worst time, and it caught, and I'm over. I think I was too confident because I knew there was 3 laps to go, and I was like, all right, settle in behind him, let him use his tires up a little bit more, and I kind of just followed his line, and I got too eager trying to get on the gas, and just got caught out, and I was really slow with my wheel movements. I went back, and I was like, I looked like I just started iRacing, and I was like going back and forth of the wheel as slow as possible. So I don't know, small mistake. Definitely should have had the win there, but shout out to the 55. That was a hell of a race, especially the start where we went side by side. You can't do that with a lot of people. So shout out to him. Overall finishing 6th, it wasn't too bad in the first half.
And for aggressively as you guys were battling, it didn't really look like you had that much grip, even on fresh tires, and especially as I got older. And correct me if I'm wrong here, but speak about just like the way the tires degraded. It looked like, at least from here, it looked like it started to get a lot more evil than other tracks as the run went on.
Yeah, no, it definitely made a big difference. You saw it there in the second race. Cam caught up to me really, really quick. I made a lot of mistakes there when I got up front, but it was just 2 laps. He had 2 laps of better tires and absolutely blew my doors off. Credit to him, though. I mean, I think he was just a tad bit faster than me, and we we had a really good race together, and I let him go there. I think it was after turn 1, just because I knew, he had me. So, other than that, yeah, I mean, tires weren't too bad. Grip wise, if you could just, keep it under control there with the throttle, but if you were, hammering on it, it's definitely going to get sideways. Speaking of that second half, I had my good old pedal flicker going, and I didn't notice until I got in the car with 40 seconds left. So, I don't know, somehow made it out of that race without spinning. But I wish I would have had the roles reversed there and not spun in the first half.
And I'm going to go ahead and get this out before either Goody or Carlos say it, but apparently you're lazy. It's not what I said. Whenever
called him lazy. No, you said guy doesn't have to battle. Guy won't battle if he doesn't have to.
Listen to me. I said whenever Cameron Rich got under you, it looked like you kind of just let off, didn't really try to race him too hard, and weren't even trying that hard to catch him because you kind of knew it was over. And I was like, I know Nick is not one to take a fight if he doesn't have to. And Carlos goes, oh, so you're saying he's lazy.
So my bad. You didn't call him lazy. You called him a quitter.
There we go.
That's exactly what I said.
There you go.
No, I think there's a handful of people where I would do that for, and Cam's one of them. I feel like a lot of the time, I think if it was, a fair bit of other people, I wouldn't have done it, and I would have given him a fight. So, yeah, I let Cam go there. I knew I really didn't have anything, and I just honestly didn't want to embarrass myself for the second race in a row. So I kept the wheels under it and let him do his thing.
Anybody else have anything to say to our quitter here? Apparent quitter?
I don't think you're a quitter.
Yeah, well,
it's
only Matthew that thinks you're a quitter. But one thing, it seems like you kind of did answer my question. But as it was going on, as that battle with Rhett was going on, it looked like. Just knowing you and how you've raced in the past, it looked like you were having a blast out there battling the 55 out there for that lead. So anytime we're watching you, I'm assuming you're having the time of your life, dog fighting for being up front.
For sure. That was, like I said, shout out, you can't do that with a lot of people. Like, a lot of people on the service in general, just, I feel like you have to get the spot in one corner and you can't take the battle to the next corner. And honestly, he just raced it really clean and we both stuck it. He gave room, I gave room. And it's almost, you can't put it to words how much fun that is when you get that almost in real life experience on the sim and you have people that you can, respectfully race with. Rhett, I don't think I've ever raced with Rhett before from what I know. So, all credit to him and, I look forward to the future for sure.
If that's all we've got for you, you have any thanks and shout outs you'd like to give?
Yeah, I mean, you see it on the car. We definitely had a changed look this year. The 4 cars got 3 wide. You guys who broadcast it, I really do, love that you guys bring an extra, I guess, reason to race. You guys make it more entertaining as well. So 3 wide, if you're watching already, subscribe, like the stream, go check out past streams and check out next week's stream. So shout out to you guys. Shout out to Seth Rawls, my teammate, had a couple of great runs tonight. And SR Design, his design company, where he makes all of our paint schemes. So if you need one of those, go check him out. Lastly, the YouTube channel starting back up for this NASCAR season. So go check out YouTube on YouTube and go subscribe over there. It's actually the YouTube now because, YouTube did their thing. So check out the YouTube on YouTube.
Wow, that's a mouthful there. Definitely
exactly.
I love it.
It used to not be that way. YouTube.
Hey, my skills are getting better. You can actually read what I wrote.
Oh yeah, that's very pretty handwriting. Yeah, I like it. But
go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say his plug for 3Y TV. We don't even do that on the stream here to like and subscribe. So obviously a natural YouTube streamer here. So it's and definitely worthy of the sponsorship, Nick. I just gotta say that.
It's awesome for you guys to come on board. Honestly, I think when you get to represent good people, that's when it matters most. And I think it just gives me the extra effort to just try to make it up here and talk to you guys and put on a good show and kind of get you guys out there. So I know it's a filled thing with broadcasts on iRacing, but I feel like you guys do more better than a lot of people do. So shout out to you guys.
Whoop whoop. We'll take it. I love it. I love it. Well, again, good run here tonight, and hopefully, or actually, one thing too before we send you off next week, Bristol Dirt. What do you think your odds before we send you off?
I think you might be able to call me a quitter next week, but we'll see. You
fair.
never know. You never know. It's all right. It'll be fun. It'll be sketchy.
Yeah, I think once you see the cars battle, it'll be oh no, he's not. He's doing it. He's doing it. And all those nice things he said, Carlos, out the window. It's over. Nick Quitter in Delicato. Huh.
There we go. There we go.
There we go. Well, again, solid run here tonight, and look forward to seeing you at Bristol. Hopefully, we'll get to talk to you in a good fashion.
Yeah, hopefully. You know, I think we'll be back here throughout the season. So thank you guys.
You bet. And that was Nick Indelicato coming home in second position here in half number 2. And next up, last but certainly not least, Cameron Rich. And Cameron, we've seen this from you before here in OSCA competition. You know, I think we kept referencing the Roval and how dominant you were on speed there, and you bring it to, I guess, well, Daytona Roval, and certainly showed that same domination tonight. Man, I just gotta ask, how do you get it done here, man? It's wicked fast.
I thought you were gonna say we saw it again, Cameron messing up a race for race 1.
Thank you, by the way. I picked you.
Yeah.
I picked you too.
Well,
for race 1.
Yeah, for race 1, I tried something because it was pretty far back. I tried 2 tires. What I thought was gonna happen was it would make the car good in one direction and not so good in another, and what actually happened was it made it really bad in one direction and neutral in the other. So I was a turtle in the slow corners, and it was Nico Rosberg. But anyway, tried not to do that in race 2. I just took 4 tires, and it was boring strategy, nothing. But I think just I ran like, I don't know, 400 some laps, I think, across the Daytona 24 hours. So this track is ingrained in my brain pretty badly, I think. Hopefully I don't see this track again the rest of the year. This or Daytona Oval.
You kind of over it now?
Yeah, it was really fun though. I really liked the car. It was pretty sketchy there. I think there was a lot of grip in race 2. The track felt really nice to drive on. It was a little bit different than race 1. Race 1 was a little sketchy, but yeah.
You know, one thing I noticed right away is I was down there with my Do Good team down there talking before the race, and they were trying to find ways to be faster, and we sat there, we watched your in car, and see your hands, because generally, you know, kind of the rule of thumb is slow is smooth, smooth is fast, and the fastest guys are usually, you know, the smoothest drivers out there. But man, it seemed like every corner you were sawing at the wheel. We even seen Parker Collins on his inboard kind of doing the same thing. Was that kind of the key to be fast here tonight? Was just kind of fighting that car once it, you know, wanted to break loose on you?
Yeah. I mean, this little tiny spoiler doesn't give a lot of downforce, so getting on the gas is pretty hard. So I think if you kind of saw at the wheel, it warms the front tires up a little bit faster, and it prevents you from overheating the rears disproportionately, because that's what gets you all loosey-goosey and driving like kind of shit and everything. So trying to prevent that, and just, you know, more about wearing the tires evenly. And I mean, I don't really think about that while I'm racing, but I guess that's what happens. I'm not really a scientist or an engineer, but it sounds nice, right?
You're not like William Dafoe in Spider-Man. I'm somewhat of a scientist myself.
It sounds nice. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's probably some telemetry to that, but I don't really spend my time too much with that. That's too much. I do data analysis stuff at work. I don't want to see more of it at home.
Oh, that's fair. I mean, it seems like once you're behind the wheel here, you're just wheeling the heck out of the thing, and it you know, again, and it showed especially here in half number 2 that no one could keep up with you. But you know, it certainly did have you know, the battles. You know, you talked about the botch strategy in half number 1. what it did lead to is maybe, generally what we do see here in OSCA is good road course racing and fun battles, and this had to be at least a top 3 moment. That battle between, I believe it was you, Parker Collins, James Watson, and Seth Rawls, all battling around that second to or actually at the time I believe 3rd to 5th position. It was quite a fun one to watch. Maybe talk about a little bit about that and how it feels to kind of race with guys that you're not worried about like kamikazing you in the next corner.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that because I was actually talking to some of the other guys about another league that I won't mention, but it rhymes with elite.
I know nothing about that.
Yeah. Just I've been trying to race there, and it just seems like there's not a lot of respect there for whatever reason. And there was a lot of respect in that battle. We were beating and banging and sliding and just using all the track, and that's what makes it fun. It's not fun to know that people are gonna wreck you. It's fun to know when you can actually make those moves and actually have trust in the guys you're racing around. And I had complete trust in that tonight that something stupid wasn't going to happen, and I think it felt like it put on a good show from in car. I mean, shit, when you say I was sawing, I think I was sawing mostly there because my tires were just not okay anymore. It was pretty bad.
It was a long way to go on tires for sure, but again, getting it done. But again, as we've seen you making kind of a spot starts here in the OSCA Weekend Woodsman Series, any plans to make any future runs here this season?
Well, I will be here next week on the dirt. I don't know what I'm doing on the dirt though, so we'll see. I'll show up and I'll participate. We'll see what happens. I'll probably.
I feel like in the interviews that was a general consensus though too. Yeah.
I will be a participant, but
and just whatever happens.
Yeah. I've never run the cup car on dirt because it just does. It's not my fancy, so I'll have to figure something out. But my focus right now is on Bathurst, running that Saturday.
Ooh, fun! Yeah, good luck to you there.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I love Bathurst. That is my favorite racetrack ever. It is just the best. I think we ran this last year, we ran Bathurst last year. I think.
Yep. Yeah, it's definitely it's more fun than I certainly thought, but I'm not any bit close to being a road course racer. But I can at least say it's fun. I might not finish it, but it might be. It is a fun track. But before we let you go and celebrate your victory here tonight, any shoutouts that you want to give?
Absolutely. Foremost, my beautiful wife. I think she was in the comments. She was not in the comments before, but I showed her how to do it, so hopefully she was there.
She's regular in the comments.
Yeah, my awesome team owner Carlos here, giving me some races to do in OSCA. Always fun. Of course, Vic and everybody here for letting me race.
And to think you almost didn't race.
Always a great time.
I was about to hire Johnny Eckert.
Ooh.
He's retired.
He might as well have been after tonight's performance.
Oh,
all them washed up a couple times tonight.
Yeah, he's firing shots.
He's washed up the racetrack a couple times. I saw that.
It happens to the best of us.
I love Johnny. He's a great driver.
Yeah.
I gave him a press conference. I can say this. I gave him a press conference.
Because you did that, you can say whatever you want about him now.
Yeah, I think it was in the contract.
What gives you the right?
Question 2: Who do you think you are?
Yeah, who do you think you are? But anyway, Cameron Rich, again, congratulations on the win here tonight. Carlos, I believe, couldn't be any prouder. He's I think loving the car owner role that he's been playing so far with you guys.
I heard he didn't pick me for race 2, so that's what it was.
Only because I did.
Well, I wouldn't have picked you because I want to pick Zach Evans for a specific race.
Oh. Saving.
I'm saving.
Saving the 6 car, yeah.
I know I know that I am the Daniel Ricciardo of the team, but I think maybe we'll have to see if we can do like a third car or something for like a race or two. Because I see a couple stars on the schedule.
A fourth car.
Ooh.
Fourth car? Are you doing
Yeah,
the
we
Roush
already
thing?
have 3 drivers.
Oh. Well, damn, I don't even. Okay, yeah.
Wait, who do you think is not your teammate?
I wasn't paying attention.
You can't count. You can't count.
Yeah, you know, math is
It's
hard. Math is hard. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was focused on apexes. I don't know numbers. Or something like that. I don't know.
Hey, you know
that
what?
was
Hey,
nice.
with your results, I'll take that.
Yeah. See. Yeah. You don't pay Carlos. You don't pay Cameron to be smart. You just pay him to win races, and he's got you into victory lane here.
Dude, yeah.
Yay.
Wait, he's supposed to pay me?
Yeah. He's not. Oh man! Don't tell.
Oh.
We have another. Gin Motorsports or Gin Racing on our hands now.
The
Come on,
number 4
Carlos.
didn't win tonight, so I technically have an extra $15 in my pocket.
Ooh. Cameron.
So I'm gonna be eating good tonight. Cameron, good
What's
luck.
$15 get you now? Like a McDonald's combo?
It gives you a Happy Meal
Maybe.
without the toy.
Yeah. Oh, no toy. It's not even
Yeah.
worth it.
No,
Why
it's
would you
not.
even?
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, Cameron, it seems like this is getting.
Not much of an interview anymore.
Yeah, this is just weird. We'll let you go. We'll let you celebrate. You can ask for that 50. You know, you at least I think he owes you at least now a Happy Meal with the toy. That's for sure. But anyway, you have yourself a good night, Cameron.
Thanks, guys. Y'all have a good one.
You too. That was Cameron Rich coming home with the win here in half number 2, and with that, we wrap up the Daytona road course race. And Matthew, what are you looking forward to before we end the broadcast next week on Bristol Dirt?
Well, next week I'm looking forward to a 17-hour drive and some ARCA racing in Daytona.
That's right. You're not going to be here. I totally forgot about that.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
well,
gonna
best of
miss.
luck to you, though.
Yeah, we got some fun stuff in our ARCA team, but for Bristol Dirt, you guys enjoy that. Enjoy that. It's been interesting every time OSCA goes on dirt, and it seems like we've had everything but a normal oval so far. We've had plate racing, we've had road courses, and now we're going dirt racing. So I look forward to whatever comes afterwards. But it was a very enjoyable broadcast, enjoyable racing. The road courses are always great for us in OSCA. Another one in the books.
Yeah, another one in the books indeed. And again, best of luck to you with your team at Daytona in the ARCA race. And we'll see you right back here in a couple weeks when we head to, I believe, Auto Club. So that should be a fun one. But with that, thank you all for tuning in to 3 Wide TV here tonight for the Daytona road course race. We'll looking forward to the Bristol night race, and it should be a fun one to watch indeed. And again, you can watch that right here, same time next week, right here on 3 Wide Racing Television. Like and subscribe so you know where it's at. And with that, for Matthew, for Carlos, Vic, and Dallas, I'm Mike. See you all next time. Good night now.